This is for the ones who were raised on gasoline dreams, for the lug nuts holding tight to the wild red line scenes, for the families that drivers, the wrench turning crews, for the chrome, the smoke, and the ones who refuse to lose. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, that's who we are. We're a culture, we're a brotherhood, we are rolling motor fire. Build not borrowed, that's the creed written deep in our veins. We turn busted cars into legends and rust into fame. From late night garage grind to race day stadium roars, every scar on our knuckles unlocked 1,000 doors. We don't back down, we don't break, we don't fold. Every ride we build tells a story worth gold. This is for the ones who were raised on gasoline trains, for the lug nuts holding tight to the wild red line scenes, for the families of drivers, the wrench turning crews, for the chrome, the smoke, and the ones who refuse to lose. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, that's who we are. We're a culture, we're a brotherhood, we are rolling motor fire. Here's to the nights when the world said slow down, but the engine said no and we stood our ground. To the ones who grew up rich and when the rest took the easy way, we found our path in the piston noise and we'll ride it every day. Pedal to the metal, this is where we belong. Cars, trucks, monster trucks, loud and strong. Passion, pride, lug nuts, side by side. If you love what you drive, then ride, ride, ride. This is for the legends that started in dusty garages, for the kids who chase dreams through the scars and collages, for the racers who gave everything without fail, and the fans who stand proud when the engines wail. Where horsepower meets heart, yeah, this ain't a phase. It's our passion, our culture, and we'll live it to the grave. Pedal to the metal, forever in our veins. So look out, we're only getting louder from here. Nothing built strong was ever built out of fear. The road is wide open and the fire won't slow, because this isn't a hobby, this is the only life we know. Pedal down, heads high. We're not done. Pedal down, heads high. Pedal down. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pedal to the Metal, the podcast where horsepower meets heart. From the shine of collector cars to the roar of race cars and the thunder of monster trucks, we've got it all. So buckle up your seatbelt, turn on the gas, and grab your favorite brew, 'cause the ride starts now. And now, here's your host, Roller.
What's up? What's up? Yeah, baby, what's up? You got it, what's up? us out there tonight, man. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have a sold-out crowd tonight in the studio tonight. That's awesome, man. Sold out. Ah, that's awesome. They just, come on now. I think you guys are expecting the free drinks all the time. Well, maybe I'm not going to do it this time. I don't know. But they just informed me that we have a sold-out crowd in the studio tonight, man. Sold out. That is amazing. That's a lot of people in the studio. The studio holds about 7,500 people, and it's sold out tonight. That's amazing. That is just amazing. Come on, guys. Let's just give it a break here and let's get on. We're starting way early, but all the equipment's working tonight, and if that's the case, then man, if the equipment's working, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep going, because it seems like if I have to shut it all off, I lose some of you guys. You don't come back in or something like that, and I don't want to do that, man. I just don't want to do that at all. Hello there, the Garbisos are in the house from Las Vegas, Nevada. Carter Chaffont's in the house. What's up? Sean Green, Greg Hoffman, man. We got Darcel. We got, let's see here. Who else do we have? We got Sarah's in the house. Man, we got a lot of people already just tuning in. Well, welcome, guys. Welcome. We got a lot of things to talk about tonight, and we're going to have a great show tonight. We got Big Bad Ed Beckley on. Ed's one of the older promoters in the monster truck game, been around for a long time, and not only does he do monster truck shows, he also jumps motorcycles. He used to be one of the big thorns in Evel Knievel's side. It's just pretty cool story. He was telling me about it over the weekend. I was talking to him, because everybody that's on the Sunday show gets a little Sunday show, a really big shoe. That's how Ed Sullivan used to say. That was a really big shoe. But anyway, he was telling me some of his stuff and what's going on and how he got started and stuff, and man, it was pretty interesting and pretty cool, even up to where he's living now, and what's right outside his apartment window and stuff. He kind of lives like in a what do they call it, it's a garage and a apartment all together, barndominium, like a barndominium deal. So he lives in that, and the gentleman that owns the property that he lives in, he doesn't own the car that Dale Earnhardt got killed in, but he owns one of the cars that Dale Earnhardt wrecked just before he got killed. And he said, Roller, I'm telling you, the steering wheel is pushed all the way up to the dashboard. So this wreck that Earnhardt got killed in happened to him before. But, Dale was a big fan of riding with the loose seat belts and stuff, and he didn't like to wear the full-faced helmets or anything like that. He was really old school, and what happened is when he hit that wall, he drove his chin up into his brain, and it killed him. So it wasn't a good thing. So anyway, but this guy owns the car, or one of the cars that Dale Earnhardt used to drive, and he sent me pictures of it and stuff, and I think I posted some of those photos on the internet. I'm not sure if I did or not, but I think I did. But anyway, this is going to be a good show. And then of course, we have a big announcement today. We're going to make it public for everybody on C10 America tomorrow, because this is the only place you're going to be able to purchase this album, and it won't come out till tomorrow. But before we get into that, I have put my music up on. I put 9 songs up on DistroKid to get started, and that DistroKid takes and sends it to all these other platforms, Spotify and YouTube and all these platforms, and my album, I call it Rollers Promo, will be debuting on Wednesday at 12 o'clock in the morning. So I look forward to see what's going on with that. I'm finally getting my music out to people. I have sent my music to the gentleman in the down in Louisiana that's got the radio station down there, Johnny Blender. I made a commercial for him, so he's going to start playing the music on his radio station down there. So looks like the songs are going to start getting out to the public more than just here on the show. And if I have half of the acceptance that I get from you guys, then man, Scott Stout's in there. Hello, Scott Stout, my brother. How are you? So if I get half of what I send out there, man, that's going to be amazing. And then Rich, he's got a friend that's in the music business, and he plays about a half an hour from his house next Saturday, and he's going to deliver 4 songs on a thumb drive to this guy. He's already talked to him. I'm in correspondence with him because Rich has copied me on the email, and he's going to give him 4 of my songs, let him listen to them. So, man, we're really trying to. Yes, Carter, it's going to be on Spotify. It is. It's going to be on Spotify for sure. And it's also going to be on YouTube and all those other platforms are out. There's so many of them. I didn't realize all the platforms that were out there. So, yes, it is going to be out there, and it is going to be for sale, I guess. That's what they do. They put it up for sale, and I guess they track if somebody uses one of my songs for a commercial, or somebody, if somebody uses buys one of my songs and they use it, they have a program that tracks all that. I mean, it's just amazing the things that's the technical world out there does. And so if say somebody uses one of my songs in a commercial, well, it sends them a message and it says, hey, this music is owned by Jeff Richards, and if you are thinking about using this in this commercial, then you need to, there's a royalty fee and all that and different things like that. So I don't have to do any of the arguing. I don't have to do any of the tracking them down or doing anything. It just it'll just send me out a royalty check, I guess. I mean, that's from the way I understood it, So we'll see what happens. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm excited. I really am. And then as soon as Roller's promo comes out, the next album I put up is going to be Black Tie Affair. So I'll put that up there, and that'll automatically go out. They like you to wait, excuse me, they like you to wait about a week, so that every platform that it goes out to, it makes sure that it downloads on that platform and stuff. So I didn't wait for a week. I went, I put that up on Friday, and then it'll go out on Wednesday. So it's not quite a week, but close enough for me, hopefully it does good. And I'm excited. I really am. But the news I have for C10 America, I was talking to Rich the other day, and I said, dude, I got to figure out some way to build a bigger audience. I said, I have my core lug nuts, and they're there every week, and I couldn't do this without them. But I says, I want to reach out even farther. And he's got like 77,000 something listeners on his show. So I went through, and his show is called C10 America. It's just about C10 trucks. And so I went through and I checked I made a playlist of every C10 song that I had made. And there was 23 of them. I couldn't believe I made that many. But yeah, there was 20. Hello there, my brother. 77.2. See, I knew he'd be listening. I knew he'd be listening. 77.2. And anyway, there's 23 of these songs. So I put them together in a playlist, and I sent them to him. And tomorrow he is going to release. Now you can only get this album. And it's called C10 Country. You can only get this album from his website. Okay, this is exclusively on C10 America only. And what you have to do is you have to follow him and like him on C10 America, and then you have to follow me here on Pedal to the Metal. So if you are a fan already and you follow and you like us, hey from Ted, what's up, Teddy? Anyway, if you're a fan of the show, if you're a fan of C10 America, you don't have to worry about anything. I believe, and I'm just going to tell you what I know, and then the rest of it is, I believe this is what's going to happen. But I think that what Rich is going to do is, if you purchase the album, you're going to get a free, for the first like 20 people, I think he said, but I'm not real sure. And Rich, you're on there, so you can tell me if that's true or not. You're going to get a free membership, and then he's going to give like the first 20 people a free sticker pack from his show. He's got a bunch of different decals and different things like that, and those people will get those. But I think it's like the first 20. Okay, so he said yes. So anyway, this album is only going to be $10. That's all it is. I mean, you're getting 23 songs for $10. It's going to be over 2 hours of music. And it's all about C10 stuff, but man, it's like it kind of reminds me of Farm Aid, where all the artists got together and made an album, and there's all these different artists singing different songs and stuff. Well, that's the way this sounds. It sounds like there's a different artist singing all 23 different songs, and it's really pretty cool. I was listening to it the other night, and there was a lot of songs that I hadn't heard in a long time. And so I was pretty impressed with the way that the playlist come out. And he's gonna announce that. I'm gonna be on his show tomorrow about excuse me, I got the hiccups. About 9:15, and that's Central Time, so that will be 8:15 our time. So all you have to do is go C10 America, and if you're not a member, like him, follow him. And no, Carter, it's going to be a download. You're going to be able to download it right from his website. So you buy it, and it'll give you a link after you like us and follow us both. It'll give you a link, and you can download the songs right onto your computer. So it'll be through a download. But I sell my CDs for $13, and they only have 11 or 12 songs on them. And so this has got 23 songs, and this is great music to, if you're out in the car, if you're out in the shop working, or if you're on a road trip and you're driving, or maybe you're going to a car show or something like that, or you're just kicking it in the house or something. This is an awesome CD, man. It has some really cool songs about C10 trucks and stuff like that. So I look forward to the release of that. And like I said, you just go to C10 America, you like and follow him, and then you make sure that you go to Facebook here, and he's on Facebook too. So you make sure that you go to Facebook and you like and follow us here on Pedal to the Metal. So if you got friends that like good music and stuff like that, tell them about it. Tell them to like us and follow us, and then they'll get this download link. And man, you can get 23 songs for $10, man. Plus membership to C10 America, and also a free sticker pack from Rich. So, but it's exclusively only. You can't come to me and buy it from me, because I'm not going to do that. This is something that we decided that we're going to do on his show, and see if we can gather up some of his listeners and stuff to follow my show, and then have some of my listeners follow him on his show. And this, hey there, man, how are you this morning or this evening there, Mr. Boggin Racer? Good to see you on there, brother. But in this podcast game, it's all about followers, and I depend on you guys to tell your friends about the show. He depends on his friends to tell people about his show. And now we're reaching out, and things are starting to happen, man. I mean, people are starting to hear things from this show, and it's because of the people I have on the show. They tell their friends about it, and it's just like Boggin Racer. He became a friend on the show when we did Lee and Shane Plato's show. And he's been on here. Me and him have talked a lot about different things. He's helped me take what I'm doing to another step, and eventually we're going to do the music show here. And what we're going to do with the music show is the music show will be on from 6 to 7 o'clock, and we're going to have AI artists on that make their songs, and we're going to give them a platform to play their music. So we're not always going to listen to my music, okay? I mean, I would love to be able to do that, but I can't keep up. I can't keep up with making songs, and I had a nice little stash of songs that nobody's heard, and now it's all gone. I mean, it's depleted, and everybody's heard everything. So I don't want to get to that guy that's that the listeners going, oh wow, we heard this song a million times already, yeah. So I'm giving you guys a chance to hear some other music, as long as it's radio friendly. I mean, it has to be radio friendly. It can't be graphic in descriptions of the song or anything, and I'll be listening to the music before I have the artist on my show. So, and then that's also going to be for indie artists too. We're going to let the indie artists be on, and they're going to send us music. They used to do that on my show called Rollers Rock and Country, and they'd send me a CD, and that took a week or so to get the CD to me, and then I'd listen to it, and then I would call them and say, hey, I listened to your CD and I want you on the show. And then we'd play a song and we'd talk about that song before we played it, and then we'd do the same with another song, and we'd ended up going I think the show ended up being an hour long, so we probably heard 4, maybe 5 of their songs, and then we give descriptions of where you could buy their music at, or where they were going to be performing at, or something like that. So this is to help out AI artists, and it's also to help out indie artists. So this is going to be before the show on Wednesdays. We're going to do this on Wednesdays, and if it works out and the artist has got a really good album, I'll just strictly have them on the show, and they'll call in and we'll talk to them just like we do all of our other interviews. So I look forward to that. I think it's going to be a good addition to Pedal to the Metal. And my buddy there, Boggin Racer, he excuse me, he's the one that suggested that I do that. He's like, Roller, there's nothing wrong with your music, don't get me wrong. And he said, but I think if you offered different genres of music, and I'll offer it. It's not going to be just rock. It's not going to be just country. If there's a rap artist out there that has some good music that's not, X-rated graphics and all that stuff, we're not going to be able to do any videos, but I'll have them on. I don't care. I love all genres of music. I mean, I'm a fan of all music. I mean, I think music is good for the soul. I think it really does. It helps calm you down. It helps fire you up. It's just like my Gasoline Dreams song. Man, I can be in the worst funk in the world, and I said funk, and I can be in the worst funk in the world, and man, I play that Gasoline Dreams, and it just, bam, it puts me in a go-go mood, and I'm ready to go, and I just love it. So I'm a firm believer in that. I mean, I tell everybody, I've told you guys before, and for maybe some of the new folks on here, on Thursday night when I'd fly out to do the monster truck shows, man, I'd have my headphones on, and it was rock and roll, because I was getting ready, because when I landed that night, I knew I had to go to bed, but I knew I had to get up at 4 in the morning to be on TV, and it was go time after that until the show was over with and done on Saturday night. And then, you do the shows, and then you fly out on Sunday, and then it was time to chill, man. It was time to get in the airplane, and I always get a window seat, lean my head up against the thing, put my headphones on, put my hoodie over my head, put my dark glasses on, and just jam to Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, James Taylor. I didn't care who it was, it's just as long as it was good, mellow music. And I usually ended up falling asleep, and before I knew it, we was in Denver, and it was over with for the weekend, man. So, and I know you all have music out there that you love, that gets you fired up, and I know you have music out there that takes away your blues or makes you just relax or whatever, and you can testify to that, man. Anybody that listens to music can testify to what I'm saying for sure. So that's what's happening, man. That's what's going on and stuff. So we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a great time. So anyway, we might as well go ahead and get a few things done right fast before we get into the show. If you guys have a car or a truck or something that you take and you put in the shows during the summertime, and you are looking to take your display to the next level, my buddy Texas Rich makes these metal show boards and metal prints. And I'll tell you what, man, it took my display with my truck to the next level after I got my metal print, because I was in his magazine, and I was in issue number 5, and I ended up buying a metal print from him. And this is the metal print that I bought from him right here. The sign, the backing of the metal is aluminum, so it's not real heavy. And then I don't know how they do this, but it's laminated really hard. And then it has my story of Bob. That's what I call my truck. It has Bob's story on there. And so people take the time to read this now. And before, they would just walk by my truck. They'd maybe glance at it. And if somebody knew that it was a big block, they'd stop and look at it for a minute or something. But they never really stayed around long. But when I put this up on my, my radiator support, and then I have a little aluminum arm thing that I made, and it kind of holds it there in place. They stop and read the story, and then they walk around and they look at the truck, and they notice that my dad's jacket's in there, and they notice that the houndstooths and terriers in there. That was what my dad liked, and stuff like that. So the story kind of directs them to look at the truck and tells them the story of why I have the truck and what I did with the truck. So anyway, it's taken it to the next level. So that's what these storyboards, these show boards do, and these metal prints. I believe wholeheartedly that they take your car to the next level when you go to display them. Number one, they're not made of cardboard, so over the years you throw stuff in them and throw stuff on top of the cardboard ones, and they're all warped and stuff, and they start to rip and they start to fade, and they just look crappy after a while, And then you got the plexiglass ones, and they're nice, and that's what we use forever, is the plexiglass ones. But sitting out in the hot sun, the sun beats on them, and all of a sudden now they start to bend and they get all warped and stuff like that. Well, these metal show boards, they don't do that. They withstand all kinds of elements. If they get wet, all you do is just take a towel or your chamois or something and wipe them off. They're amazing. And they come in sizes of 11 by 14, 16 by 20, and 20 by 30, okay? Now, you can get the metal prints in all 3 sizes. But if you want a show board, you can only get that show board in a 20 by 30. But guys, I'm going to tell you what, if, like I always say, make sure you have a piece of paper and a pencil by you tonight, because I always give information out that you need to write down if you're thinking about trying to order this stuff, or if you're trying to do something that we're telling you what to do, to go order wherever and stuff like that. So all you need to do is go to Texas Rich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. That's Texas Rich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. And he'll explain the differences of the show boards. He'll explain to you what what he needs. He needs a certain amount of photos from you, so you get to put your favorite photos on this show board. So you're kind of building your show board, and then he just takes it and gets it printed. You know, he puts it all together, and he does a fabulous job. I mean, it's just amazing. And he'll send you a copy of it before and say, hey, do you like this? And if you don't like it, he'll make a change for you and stuff like that. But, you know, he's been doing this so long that he very seldom has to make a change. Very, very seldom. I'm not going to get into the pricing of them. That's on his end, because I could be wrong on the pricing, and I'm not going to have you guys say, well, Roller said this or that. I'm going to let him tell you what the pricing is and how you can pay for them and stuff like that. But, you know, it takes him a few days to build it, and then he'll take it over to the company that makes the metal show boards, and they do it. And I think it's 2 or 3 weeks, maybe at the most, to turn around. So if you order now, then you're going to have yours in plenty of time for the car show season. You know, we're still a couple of months away from anything really happening here in Colorado. So anyway, once again, it's Texas Rich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. That's Texas Rich at C10AmericaMagazine.com. Email him, tell him you heard about it here on Pedal to the Metal, and man, he'll hook you up and get it taken care of, and then your display could be mucho bueno. That's right, muy bonita, for sure. So anyway, I'm going to save a couple more things that I have, but we'll go ahead and do a couple of songs here. This one here is called Big Fish in a Little Pond, and we'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal.
Water lake, boots in the dirt, hat pulled low. I'm sitting here on a hot summer day, fishing pole outlining the water lake. Boots in the dirt, hat pulled low. Time moves slow like it always goes. I'm looking up, watching clouds drift by, sun hanging lazy in a wide blue sky. Keep thinking about what I know is true. There's a big old fish where I'm casting to. Yeah, he's a big fish in this little pond, been hiding deep for a real long time. If I hook him now, do I hold on tight or let him go to fight another fight? Do I keep him here? Do I set him free? Hang him up where the whole world sees. A man's gotta choose when the moment's drawn, with a big fish in this little pond. I think I've seen him by that big old stump. Water rippled once like his tail did bump, but something tells me he's down real deep where the water's cool and the food runs free. He's a smart old fish, wiser than me, outsmarted hooks and my patience plenty. I've thrown my best and I've waited long, still he swims on, quiet and strong. Yeah, he's a big fish in this little pond, heavy as truth, strong as time. If I hook him now, do I make him mine, or thank him kindly for the sign? Does he deserve to stay where he's from, or shine on a wall when the day is done? A man's gotta choose when the moment's drawn, with a big fish in this little pond. How fish can make you think about pride and patience and the edge you're on. Some things are earned, some things are won, some things feel right just moving on. I've seen him jump when I drive on by, silver flash in the corner of my eye. Years go past but he's still around, king of the quiet in this patch of ground. Wall of water, fame or free, only the fish in the heart know me. Either way, when the day is gone, He's still a legend in this little pond. Yeah, he's a big fish in this little pond. Ain't about size, it's the soul he's got. If I catch him once, I'll know inside whether to keep or to let him ride. Some trophies swim, some hang strong, some live forever just moving on. I smile and cast as the night rolls on, dreaming about that big fish in this little pond. Lying in the water, sun sinking low. Some things are best just being known.
There you go, big fish in a little pond. Now, how that song came about is last week, I believe that Boggin Racer and he was on the show, and what a great show that was last week. And I did find out Rob French couldn't be on the show because he was part of the Verizon blackout, and we couldn't get a hold of him and stuff. But anyway, Boggin Racer and I were talking on the show, and I think it was on the show. If not, it was maybe one of our other conversations, and he was talking about being a little fish in a big pond. And I said, hey, hello there, Debbie. I said, I like that, man. I said, I'm going to take that and flop it around and make a song about it. So that's where that came up from right there. So anyway, this next song here goes out to a buddy of mine. I care about all my listeners and stuff, and this gentleman here, his name's Sam Ditto, and Sam is Oklahoma man. He's Oklahoma born bred, and we went ahead and I made a song about him, and it's called Oklahoma Bred. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal.
I was growing up, I learned real fast. Oklahoma was the only place that lasts. Summers at the lakes, radio's humming loud. Good times rolling with a hometown crowd. More shoreline than the East Coast, no sun on the water, nowhere to go. Good music playing, good food on a plate. Yeah, this land don't rush, it waits. Red dirt roads under all four ties. This place don't whisper, it builds fighters. I'm Oklahoma bred, yeah, Oklahoma bred. Cutting my teeth on that red dirt thread. Football's a religion on a fall-time night. Packed out stands under stadium lights. Oil, gas, and grid run through my head. Heartland strong, I'm Oklahoma bred. Native American heart, this ground runs deep. Stories in the soul, promises we keep. Route 66, cutting straight through time. Every mile marker hums and rhyme. Tornado alley muscles, steel spine tough. When the sky turns green, we stand our ground enough. Sunsets here never seem to end. Painting gold across farms and friends. We don't brag much, we just stand tall. Small town loyalty says it all. I'm Oklahoma bred, yeah, Oklahoma bred. Cutting my teeth on that red dirt thread. Football's a religion on a fall-time night. Packed out stands under stadium lights. Oil, gas, and grid run through my head. Heartland strong, I'm Oklahoma bred. Oh, deer in these woods stand tall as horses. This deer stand mornings, coffee full break of the light. Music runs deep down every line, from porch string songs to neon signs. If Oklahoma was good for Blake and Reba too, then it's good enough for me and you. Storm clouds roll rumble and the sirens cry, but we don't run, we face that sky. Faith in God and the ones we trust, built on love, hard work, and dust. Red dirt stains on worn out jeans, homegrown, so wide open dreams. I'm Oklahoma bred, yeah, Oklahoma bred, born and raised on what this land said. From lake days to the deer stand cold, from old back roads to stories told, sunsets long and loyalties fed. This is my life, I'm Oklahoma bred. Yeah, Oklahoma bred. Red dirt, hard, no regrets.
Well, there you go, guys. Oklahoma bred right there. That goes out to my buddy Sam Ditto. That's my brother from another mother. Hopefully one day he's going to get his podcast going. And I know Scott Stout's in the house, and he's going to be getting his going here pretty soon. I've seen the studio and stuff, so I look for an update on that real soon. And, man, if you guys got something to talk about, man, I'm having a blast doing this. I mean, I really am. If you got some free time, I'm just having a great time doing this podcast, guys. I mean, I really mean that. I just enjoy. I enjoy doing it. It's you wait in between times. Seems like it takes forever, and then the show comes on, and then it's over with so fast that you're like, wow, I've got to wait another till Wednesday now to do the show or whatever. But in behind the scenes after that, we're working all the time and trying to get everything going and make it happen for you. But yeah, Boggin, I know you probably seen my reply to it, but yes, I did get the music on Distro Kid, and it comes out at 12 a.m. on Wednesday morning. So it's going to go out to all the platforms and everything. I figured out everything. Thank you for your help on that. And yeah, it's coming out. So after that one comes out, I'll let that one go for about a week or two, and then I will put in Black Tie Soul. The album contest, the album contest I've gotten some pretty good feedback from that, and for a while there was a young lady that had a name, and she wanted to call it after the one of the songs in there. She wanted to make that song a feature. It was the Diesel and Iron song. She said, call it Diesel and Iron. But I have a new leader so far, and the name of it is Echoes of the West. I kind of like that. That kind of tells a little bit about the whole album, really. It's kind of a little bit of everything. So Echoes from the West right now is leading the pack. You still have till the end of the month to get on there and come up with a name. Be more than happy to submit them if we like them. And the winner, whoever that is, gets free albums for a lifetime from me. So I like it. I like Echoes of the West a lot. I really do. So anyway, January filled up fast, and I just haven't worked on February at all, to be honest with you guys. I've just had other things going on. Then, of course, tonight we have Ed Beckley on. On the 21st, which is a Wednesday, we have Scott Chisholm on, and he's a monster truck driver. On the 25th, we have B.J. Johnson. He's the driver of the Gas Monkey garage car. For Monster Jam, he'll be on, and then he also worked with Bill Payne, and he also worked with Paul Schaefer. He drove Barefoot. He's driven a lot, California Kid, different things like that. So BJ's no slouch when it comes to monster truck driving, I'll promise you that. He's a great entertainer, and he's a good friend of mine, so that's going to be another good one on the 25th. And then on the 28th, man, we got Tim Dudley, our Elvis impersonator. He's going to be on, and we're going to be talking to him about his career and stuff like that. He's pretty highly sought out back up there around Notre Dame and stuff to go do shows and different things. On the 4th of February, I got Ron Duncombe. He is the Maverick monster truck driver, and one more, and I haven't done my homework on that, but I'll get that figured out. And he's retired now, but he was in the business for a long time. And then I even have a booking in March on the 29th, and that's J.R. Adams from Bigfoot. So we're going to be talking to him about that. We have a bunch of things to talk about, man. I'm going to save a couple of these other things for a little bit later on, and we're going to play a little bit more music right here. So this next song right here is I was on Facebook the other day, and I was checking out just different things in there, and somebody was mentioning that it was a great nice day and they were going to go get a little bit of windshield therapy, and I thought, how cool of a song would that be, windshield therapy? Well, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, on Pedal to the Metal, Windshield Therapy.
Been one of those weeks, nothing lined up right. Alarm clock mornings, long days, short nights. But the weekend's here and the sky's turning blue. Sun shining strong like it's calling me through. Keys hit the dash, door shuts clean. Fire that motor, hear that horsepower sing. All the noise in my head starts slipping away soon as those tires hit the end of the driveway. Windshield therapy, that's what I need. Just me and the road, let my worries bleed. Windows down, fresh air hitting my face. Favorite song on time, slowing its pace. County highway as far as I can see. Yeah, nothing heals me like windshield therapy. Tall pine trees, cool clean air rolling in on the breeze. Smell of the forest, summer in the shade. Feels like the world finally hit the brakes. River rushing by right next to the lane. Sunlight dancing off the water again. Every curve feels like a brand new start. Every mile lightens a heavy heart. Windshield therapy, let it roll. Blacktop medicine for the heart and soul. Windows down, let that mountain air breathe. Every mile's taking more weight off me. Just me, my ride, and a little clarity. Yeah, I'm finding myself in windshield therapy. Friends laughing loud, hoping the road don't end. No clock, no plans, just moments made, turning simple drives into memories saved. Just me and my hot rod, taking it in. Wind talking back through the open wind. Sometimes the cure ain't what they prescribe. It's a stretch of road and a long, slow drive. Windshield therapy, peace of mind. Leave the mess of the world behind. Windows down, feel alive and free. Mountain air doing something good to me when life gets heavy and I need clarity. I find my fit just me, my ride, and the road ahead of me. Windshield therapy.
A little bit of windshield therapy right there, man. You know, for you folks that have a car or a motorcycle or something that, you know, is your hot rod, your toy, or whatever, you understand what that song means, man. You can be in the worst mood and go out and get in that car or that truck or hop on that bike and drive down the road and let the wind hit you in the face, and man, it just kind of changes your whole attitude. It really does. So that's a pretty hard-hitting song about the truth. Really, it is. This next song up, ladies and gentlemen, right here is called Small Town Famous. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal.
Yeah, I'm small town famous. Small town famous. Yeah. Just a porch light and a beat up case. Mama saying, boy, don't run too fast. Playing for the mirror, playing for the wall, dreaming bigger than this gravel path. Radio hum and a six-pack crowd, stars on the hood of a hand-me-down, singing low so the world don't hear, but I swear I feel them listening now. Every mile I drove, every note I played was a step toward a bigger stage, yeah. I'm small town famous, Friday night loud, county fair lights and a shouting crowd. Might not be Nashville, might not be gold, but they know my name when the story's told. Hands in the air, singing every line, yeah, for a few good minutes, man, I'm doing just fine. Might not be rich, but I sure ain't nameless tonight in this town. I'm small town famous. Gas station coffee and midnight miles, posters taped on every diner door. Buddy selling shirts out the back of the truck, kids wanna hear that second encore. Granddad's hat in the front row seat, high school friends stomping their boots to the beat. Ain't no limo, just a long dirt drive, but this stage feels 10 feet high. Every doubt I had, every closed down bar led me right here to where we are. I'm small town famous, Friday night loud, county fair lights and a shouting crowd. Might not be Nashville, might not be gold, but they know my name when the story's told. Hands in the air, singing every line, yeah, for a few good minutes, man, I'm doing just fine. Might not be rich, but I sure ain't nameless tonight in this town. I'm small town famous. Small town famous. Maybe tomorrow is back to work, back to punching that clock on time. But right now, this mic, these lights, this song, man, this moment's mine. Yeah, I'm small town famous, hands in the sky, sing it with me, let the good times fly. Might not be legends, might not be stars, but we own this stage and this old guitar. Every heart beating to the same refrain, every dream feeling real again. Might not be rich, but I sure ain't nameless tonight in this town. I'm small town famous. a porch light and a beat-up case, but I finally found my place.
There you go. Small town famous right there. So back in high school, I had some pretty cool friends, man, and we decided we were going to come up with this club called Circle Promotions. And what we would do is we would put on parties for people all over Pueblo. We had charge accounts at the Coors Brewery because it was 3-2 beer back then, and you could get three. You had to be 18 to buy beer and stuff. And one of our members was 18, and we had our own DJ system. And my buddy Greg Musso and myself, we ran the music and stuff like that. And then we had people walking the floors to make sure that the peace was kept and no altercations and stuff. And we had guys at the door taking tickets and stuff. And I think the secret to our success was letting all the girls in free, because we usually had pretty good sized parties when people showed up and stuff. And so anyway, we would sell tickets all week long to a party, and on Fridays we had some teachers that some of us had would let us sell tickets the last, probably 10 minutes of class or something. And it was a lot of fun. It was just a great time in my life, and we did something that meant a lot to us. We worked hard at it. So here's our song right here, and this is called Circle Promotions. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal.
Back in school, Friday rolled around, word would spread all over town. If you wanted a party loud and proud, you called our crew, we'd shut it down. Greg and Jeff on the turntables, spinning records, keeping it right. Andy and Brian at the front door, keeping things cool all night. Dave, Mike, Ricky, and Don, walking the floor, just keeping peace. We never needed hide muscle there, we handled things like family. Girls got in for nothing at the gate, that's why the lines were long. People came from all around that Steel City town. We were Circle Promotions, brotherhood and friends. High school nights we'll never see again. Not just parties, it was who we were. Young and wild, but loyal for sure. Yeah, we were dreaming, running proud. Circle Promotions, everyone knew our name. Tight as knots in a rope we stayed, inseparable in every way. Didn't matter where the road would go back then, we thought it'd never change. Life rolled on like it always does. Some got married, some stayed free. Different roads and different towns, but that bond stayed strong in me. Some of the boys are up in heaven, watching down with that same old love, smiling when they hear our names, laughing at the good old days. And the rest of us, we all know when our time comes, we'll find that road where the music's loud and the doors stay wide and the whole crew is back together again. Yeah, Circle Promotion started with friends, turned into family till the very end. Not just memories, not just time, it's a bond that never leaves your mind. Through every mile and every year, that brotherhood is always here. Yeah, we were young but we were proud. Circle Promotion. Yeah, we turned into family.
There you go, man. Circle Promotions brings back some great memories of some good friends and good times. I'll promise you that right now. But we're just a little bit away from starting the regular show at 7 o'clock, guys. We're just kind of chilling, listening to some music like we always do on a Sunday. I hope you guys had a great weekend. I hope everybody's enjoyed themselves. And for you that are off tomorrow because of Martin Luther King Day, just chill, man. Just enjoy yourselves and just relax. For you that's got to work, I'm sorry. Just to make the best of it. It's a hump day, and hey, we'll get it done, and then it'll be Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday again, man. Friday again. So the older you get, the faster it goes, man. The faster it goes. So speaking of the faster it goes, nothing better than going to an old country bar and having the band play a little two-stepping music, man. I love the two-step. It's a good time. So here's one called Two Steppin' on a Honky Tonk Saturday Night.
Been working all week just for the weekend, punching clocks, counting down the time. Me and the boys, yeah, we're all leaning toward a jukebox and a neon sign. The girls will be there looking sharp and dressed just right. New outfits glowing under neon light, looking for a belt buckle they can make shine bright on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Screen door swings and the smoke rolls in, bar stools scrape on a hardwood floor. You can feel that buzz right under your skin like you've been here 1,000 times before. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Band fires up, man, it's feeling just right. Cold beer clinking under sawdust lights, hearts beating time to a fiddle tight. Laughs get loud, worries fade out of sight. Every wrong feels a little more right. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Band hits the stage, drummer counts it down. Steel guitar starts crying sweet. Boot heels thump as the floor goes round, spinning circles down to the beat. Strangers smile like they've been friends for years. Hands in the air, not a care nowhere. Every song sounds better when you're right here. And the night's still young, yeah, the coast is clear. Bartender grins, pours another round. Someone laughs at an old inside joke. That little red dress is spinning me around under them lights and a little bit of smoke. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Neon humming like it's holding us tight. Long week gone by, the second chorus hits. Yeah, this is as good as it gets. Hands held close, boots moving just right. Every dream feels with inside. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Ain't nobody checking clocks anymore. Ain't nobody thinking about Monday blues. If there's heaven hid behind a screen door, it probably sounds just like this tune. Fiddle screams, crowd yells one more song. Sweat on the wall, but we don't mind. Hold her close while the night rolls on, trying to slow down time. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Band still playing like it's the last light. Boots worn down, but the spirit's high. Moon hanging low in a Texas sky. If tomorrow comes, it can wait outside. 'Cause right now, man, we're doing it right. Yeah, we're two-stepping on a honky-tonk Saturday night. Door swings shut, but the memory's tight. Still humming that song in the morning light. Yeah, me and the boys will be talking about that honky-tonk Saturday night.
you go, man. If you are a country bar kind of going kind of person and you like to two-step, that one is definitely a two-stepper. Hello, Ed Beckley. How you doing, man? We're ready here pretty soon, my brother, to call you. And we have another gentleman here in the building, or in the group right here. His name's Dave Gross, and he said Big Ed was the guy that got me into doing monster truck shows in Victorville, California. I've been to Victorville. I've done shows in Victorville, but I'll tell you what, Ed Beckley's probably had more people get their start in the monster truck business than any promoter out there. He's been in so long, and he put on monster truck spectaculars, and they were great shows. I remember I was doing monster truck radio at Castle Rock Radio, and he had Zane call in and said, "Hey, Ed wants you to come to Pocatello and be part of the big Pocatello show." And man, he flew me up there, and we had such a good time. And that was an amazing show. That floor was just huge. I walked into that building, and I was like, "Oh my God, this building just sounds like it wreaks havoc." And man, it was a great show. And Ed was in there. And the thing I like about Ed is Ed can be running a piece of equipment, and he can be announcing and talking at the same time because he's got a microphone in the skid steer. So he's such a multitasker, And we made a song for Ed this weekend, and he called me and he said, "Man, Roller, I really like the song and stuff," and he approved it. So we'll be playing that tonight and going from there. But I'm gonna play a song next to the lady that still holds the record for the best show so far, and for the most attendees on the show, and that's Amber Skywalker. She was on a few weeks back, and we did a show with her, and man, it was just a great show. The energy in the chat room was amazing. The energy on the show was amazing. Everything was just fabulous. So here's Amber's song. This is called Miss Bigfoot. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal.
July 7th, 1980, Jackson, Michigan. This is how legends start. Born in Jackson on the Midwest rain, July heat, gasoline veins, PT books in her trembling hands when fate showed up in the grandstand. Monster lights, barefoot grin, said, "One day, girl, you'll be driving one of them." Crowd noise hit like a loaded gun. She didn't laugh, she locked it in. Dreams don't whisper, they break your chest. When you hear them clear, you don't second guess. Amber Skywalker, foot on flame, no fast track, no borrowed name. From dirt track hope to steel and thunder, she didn't wait, she went under. Amber Skywalker, let her fall, built from grit, not luck at all. Early 2000, doors cracked wide. Tony Farrell said, "You should meet this guy." Paul Schaefer put her on cruise, said, "Learn the ropes, prove it's you." Only race was a county fair, four wheels dust, fearless stare. Brian Womack saw what they missed, taught her bolts, gave her a fist. Told Paul straight, don't let her go, she's got fire you can't outgrow. No resume, no safety net, just hunger loud enough to place the bet. Amber Skywalker, 20 years old, Dayton, Ohio, boogie van roll. Crowd stood up when the engine screamed. That wasn't luck, that was destiny. Boogie van from 01 to 5, Kevin Harvick, Kid Rock ride. Monsters of Destruction 2005, St. Paul finals came alive. Took out Bigfoot, took out Paul. us goodbye. Amber Skywalker still standing tall. When steel tries to break, she doesn't fall. History moved when she took that seat. Blue steel queen on a four-wheel beat. 2011 Polaris dream. Small races, bigger schemes. Hill climbs burning 2015 live. First woman ever backflip fly. Gravity blinked, crowd lost breath. She stared fear straight in the face. Crash City born, 16 steel walls, welding sparks and late night calls. Sprinkles live, sparkles reborn, tube chassis heart, turbo swarm. Built it herself, learned every seam. Fabricator blood, gasoline dreams. Amber Skywalker forging fire from monster trucks to mountain wires. No script, no crown, no easy lane, just broken knuckles and earn a claim. Amber Skywalker, hear it roar when the engine screams. She wants more, legends fade, she accelerates. Built to rise, built to dominate. Jackson, Michigan, Scottsburg nights, Crash City lives, and this one's still climbing.
You know, there wasn't anything that wasn't electric about that whole show. I mean, it was just just from the start. It was just great, and I don't know if it was because we had a lady on the show or whatever, but I'm telling you what, the people online were talking, they were laughing, and they were keeping me cracking up. I mean, Boggin Racer and Taylor and all them people, man, everybody was just having such a good time, man. It was just such a good show, and still holds the record for the best show so far. So tonight ain't gonna be no slouch. I promise you that right now. This is gonna be one that could jump right up there and definitely make the top 5 for sure. I guarantee you that right now, just because of the history that Ed has in the business and the stories that he has. You know, like we were talking the other day, the time limit that we're going to be doing the show tonight is not enough time to get through every story. I mean, and that's the way with a lot of shows, but man, this gentleman on tonight, he has got some stories, man. He has been around. He knows his game, and he knows everything about the business, man. And we're just probably 20 minutes away from calling in to talk to him. He's already in the chat room, and stuff. But yeah, it was just that show with Amber was just electric, man. It was just totally electric. So I'm gonna play one more song, and then we got a few things we want to talk about, finish up with our promotions. We got to hit our sponsors before we get started, and we'll get ready to go. So you know, you go to these like myself, I love the patina look, okay? I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to have the money to get a $60,000 paint job and have my truck, you know, look that good and stuff. But I love the patina look. It's because I'm that kind of guy. If I had a lot of money, I wouldn't dress to the nines, man. I'd wear my jeans. I'd wear my T-shirts in the summertime. I'd have my baggy shorts on with my shirt sleeves cut off, my tennis shoes, you know. Always got to have a really fresh, crisp-looking pair of bright green tennis shoes, though, man. That's just my trademark. I usually try to have a couple of really bright green ones every year, and so that's my, I guess that's my vice. I guess I love my bright green tennis shoes, man. And I've had some really cool ones too. Back in the day, when I was working for Monster X Tour, Nike, they had this one shoe that was out, and you could build your own shoe online. And I built one set, and then I flopped everything, so it was all bright green with black highlights, and then I made a black pair with green highlights, and then on the heel, back there up at the top on the heel, I had roller put across the back and stuff, and I still have those shoes to this day. In fact, I have a pair of Shawshaws on. Most of you do not know who Cash Money is, but Cash Money sits right off to the side over here with me, and he is the show security. And if anybody gets out of hand, man, he definitely will handle it. So Cash Money's my mannequin, and it has all of my Monster X Tour stuff, clothing on it, with my radio and my stopwatch and Kill radio and different things like that, my microphone, and then he's got the pendant that says Cash Money on it, and then he's got a pair of Shaw shoes that I had. They're black and white flame shoes, and man, those were some of my favorite ones, but you know, they get worn out, they get dirty, and so you got to retire them. And so anyway, the Shaws are going to come off here real soon, and I'm going to put on one of those bright green ones, those Nike ones that I had made. So I'll have to introduce you guys to Cash Money one night. We'll have him on the show, and he don't talk, man. He's not a big talker, but he'll stand there and stare you down. I'll guarantee you that right now. Everybody has to have a bodyguard, and mine is Cash Money. I'm not right. I'm just not right in the head. But that's okay, man. That's why you guys love me. But anyway, getting back to patina. Patina is really, you can't, you know, you look at a patina truck and there's multiple colors on there, so you don't know what color the truck is or the car is. So basically, in my mind, patina is not a color, it's history. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal.
Sun-bleached hood under a western sky, faded red where the years rolled by. Every scratch came honest, never planned. Grease-stained dreams in a working man's hands. Coffee cold, wrench turned slow. Midnight oil where the barn lights glow. Ain't no shame in the wear you see that steel's lived a life just like me. Patina's not a color, it's history. Every mile's a story, yeah, true patina history. You can paint it up, make it shine like new, but you'll cover up the truth that's been through. Patina's not a color, it's history. Bench seat cracked from 1,000 rides, back road dust and a passenger side tailgate dents from a loading day. More than metal, it's the price we pay. Hand-me-down keys, an old man's grin. Son, don't erase where you've been. That rust ain't right, it's memory, holding tight to who we used to be. Patina's not a color, it's history. Every mile's a story, yeah, true patina history. Chrome don't talk and gloss won't stay, but scars still speak at the end of the day. Patina's not a color, it's history. They want it smooth, want it factory clean, like time never touched a thing. But life don't run on a showroom floor. It leaves its mark, then leaves some more. Patina's not a color, it's history. Every mile's a story, yeah, true patina history. If this steel could talk, it'd tell you why. Pride don't fade and truth don't lie. Patina's not a color, it's history. Let it wear, let it show. That's the life we chose to know.
patina is not a color, it's history. And that's the truth as you really think about it. All right, guys, we got to pay some bills right fast. We'll be right back here with a little bit more. And we'll be talking to Ed Beckley in the house. Ed Beckley in the house here in just a minute on Pedal to the Metal. Hey, Lugnuts, take a look at our new partner, 6ix9ine Graphics and Design, a small design and marketing company big on personalized service. They work close with you to get your business noticed with graphics that stand out and get attention. 6ix9ine Design focuses on stickers, decals, and graphics for your hot rods, custom projects, or business marketing. 6ix9ine Design also includes logo design, brochures, signs, business cards, banners, custom apparel, vehicle graphics, and much more. Remember, that's 6 and the number 9 graphics and design. Or go to 6ix9design.com or find them on Instagram at 6ix9design. Hey, Lugnuts, need pick me up to start your day? Then it's time to go to Rise and Grind. At Rise and Grind Coffee in Parker, Colorado, you'll find everything from bold espressos to creamy lattes to refreshing chai teas and smoothies. Whether you love it regular or decaf, we've got the perfect cup waiting for you. Hungry? Grab a hot breakfast burrito and a fresh muffin to go with your drink. And don't forget to check in on our merchandise. Perfect gift for any coffee lover. Planning on an event? Rise and Grind brings coffee to you with our family-equipped portable coffee trailer. Perfect for weddings, meetings, celebrations of any kind. Stop by 475 Singing Hills Road in Parker or give us a call at 480-212-3787. That's 480-212-3787. Rise and Grind Coffee, fueling your day one cup at a time. There you go, Rise and Grind. We'd also like to thank Arch Auto Glass. Art has a mobile auto glass service. He can come right to your building, right to your house, and he can replace that windshield, side glass, mirror, whatever you need. And if you mention Pedal to the Metal, you get 10% off. His phone number is 720-296-8635. That's Arch Auto Glass. Make sure you give him a call, man. He'll come right to your house. All right. So maybe I can get this done before we call in to Ed. Guys, I have a big motorhome on my property here, and I'm going to turn it into a mobile billboard for the summer. We're going to be traveling to different car shows. We're going to be going up and down I-25, I-70. We might be running down into Texas or New Mexico to some shows and stuff. And what you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to advertise your business on the side of this motorhome. There are 12 luggage compartment doors on the bottom half of the motorhome, and you're going to be able to advertise your business on one of those doors. You're going to get your company logo. You're going to get a QR code. That's why when we're going down the road, people can just click that QR code, and it'll take them right to your business and to your website and stuff like that. Now, the basic package for them doors is $1,000 for the year. That's less than $100 a month to advertise your business. We're going to be running up and down the highway. We're going to be taking the motorhome with my truck on a trailer behind it to the car shows and stuff, and then we're going to be doing Pedal to the Metal live at the car shows. So we're going to have people that are at the car shows come on. They're going to talk about their business and stuff like that, and why they're there, and about their cars and stuff. So we're going to bring that there. Now, the $1,000, it's called the Basic Sponsorship Package. Your company logo displayed on the side of the motorhome with a QR code directing customers to your business. On-air mentions on our worldwide podcast, Pedal to the Metal, airing Sundays and Wednesdays. Distribution of any handouts or promotional materials you provide at the car shows and events we attend. We'll hand that stuff out. If you give me 1,000 hats, I won't give 1,000 hats away at one show. I'll bust them out throughout every show we go to, and I'll kind of help promote your business like that. And then you get one guest spot twice a year on our worldwide podcast. So there's two different shows, one on Wednesday, one on Saturday, and that goes for both of those shows. So it'll be giving you the opportunity to talk about your business and with our audiences. So we'll have you on the phone. or you can come here to the house and you can talk right here and you can help host the show with me. Now we have a gold sponsorship, and that's $2,400 a year. So do the math, $200 a month. You get a prime spot for your logo and your QR placement on the motorhome. Not on the doors; it'll be up higher and in bigger spots. There's going to be five of them spots. So they're not. They're the gold sponsorships. Or once the 5 are done, there's no more spots to fill. Then you get a professional commercial made about your business, and it will be aired twice on each of our shows every Sunday and Wednesday. One guest appearance per quarter on our shows to talk live about your business and engage with our audience. That's either on the phone or right here in the studio. We'll do the promotional handouts as long as you provide them. We will hand that stuff out for you at all the shows we go to throughout the summer. And you can be a sponsor on our show once a month, including recognition and shout outs during the episode. So this week's Pedal to the Metal is sponsored by you Pull and Pay, or whatever it happens to be, okay? And then when we go to the shows, you can come to a show with us, and you can talk to people live at one of the shows, or you can come here and be on the show and talk about your business and promote it right there. So we'll be having this finalized and get it handed out to where we can email it to you or mail it to you or whatever you want. So if you have a business and you're looking to advertise, going up and down these highways, man, we pass a lot of cars, and these will be in front of a lot of just the Night Owls car show alone will have over 300 cars, and that's going to be a lot of people coming to see it and check it out and stuff like that. So I look forward to it. Now, and my cousin Debbie's on here, and she has been the biggest promoter of helping me get the word out to the people and buying my CDs and stuff. And Debbie, I apologize, but I had some personal stuff come up over the weekend. I have not mailed out your cup yet, but we're going to have sticker packs, guys. And I stole this idea from my buddy Texas Rich. He has a sticker pack that there's like 5 or 6 stickers in there, and it's different stickers from his shows and stuff. And we're going to have that same thing here on Pedal to the Metal. You can buy a sticker pack. They're going to be $10 for a sticker. If you go to some of these car shows and stuff, they'll sell you a sticker for $4. It's crazy. It's going to be so we got the smaller version of Pedal to the Metal right here. The lug nuts one won't be in there. You have to have a car and you have to do an interview on Rolling with Roller and Derek to get a lug nut sticker, so it won't be there. Anyway, this is the first rendition of Rolling with Roller and Derek sticker right here. Since then, we have done away with this one, and we'll give this one to you while supplies last. They won't be created afterwards. This one here is one of these stickers that we give out with Roller and Derek. It's a V8 motor, and we always have these in our back pocket. If you come up to us and say, "Hey, I'd like a sticker," we'll give you that sticker, but we're going to put those in the sticker pack also. Here's another one, Rolling with Roller and Derek, and it's an old hot rod, and we're going to have that in the sticker pack. And then we're going to have the full-blown big sticker for Pedal to the Metal. So that'll get you some stickers, and we'll mail those to you. Now, if you want to buy a CD or a DVD of Black Tie Soul, of Colorado Country, of whatever we name the new album, and Cruising the Classics, the CDs are $13 with shipping and everything, and the thumb drives are $15 with shipping and everything. So we can get those out to you, and you can have your own music. Now we're capable of emailing stuff to you now. We can email you songs and different things like that. So if you want something just emailed to you, you'll save on save a little bit of money there. So anyway, we will get ready to call. In fact, let's see here, it's 7:12. We're just going to call him a little early because I know he's going to be ready. I'm excited about this show, guys. Let's just give him a call here. The phone is done doing all the stuff that it does. And let's see here. I'm doing a sin. You're never supposed to have dead air. As an announcer, I was always told during the shows, never have any dead air. And it's the truth, man. And I just gave you guys some dead air, man. So we're going to call him right now. And
the call has been forwarded to voicemail.
Uh-oh.
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
Okay.
please record your message.
Ed?
When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Ed, we're trying to call you, but your phone must be turned off or something because it is went to voicemail. So let's try it again here and see. We'll see what we can do here. There we go. There we go. Is this my brother? I don't know what's going on here.
Hey.
There you are. There you are. What's going on, man? Ed Beckley in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Give him a big round of applause. 7,500 people in the audience right here in the studio, Ed. They're all applauding for you. We got a bunch of people online, man. It's happening. It's happening. We have a sold-out crowd tonight here in the studio.
Yeah, cool.
What's going on, big guy?
Hold on. I'm going to see. I've got echo going on.
Okay.
But
let me turn my volume down a little bit, and maybe that'll help. Is that a little better? Is that a little better?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sometimes if I have my volume up a little bit too much, it gets some echo, but I've never been able to get the echo completely out. I don't know what it is.
Well, you're in Colorado, and echoes in between all them mountains and stuff you got.
That's the truth. That is the truth. So, Ed, thank you, number one, for being on the show. And thank you. I see you every once in a while. You pop in and you say, hey, Roller, what's going on? I really appreciate stuff like that. And just thank you. You've always kind of been there for me on any of my shows, like when I had Monster Truck Radio. You brought me to Pocatello and stuff, and that means so much to me. I even did some shows for you and stuff, and I can't thank you enough.
You get your bill on Tuesday.
Let me give you an address. It's
Yeah.
you can send that bill. No, but I really do appreciate it, man. It means so much to be able to have friends out there that back you and support.
Well, you and I are kind of different in a way, but we're the same.
Yes.
You got white hair and I got white hair now too, so that puts a whole different outlook on it. But all kidding aside, dude, we kind of always stepped outside of the box.
That's the truth. That is the truth.
Like made our own box, maybe you might say. But so yeah,
That is the truth. We've always we've never been afraid to step out of that box and do something, and that's the way you were raised. You were raised. So I guess what we should do is we should start talking about when you started with as a little boy riding motorcycles and your boxing career with the speed bag and stuff with your dad and stuff. So let's just start from that time and kind of get into the show.
I don't think I was ever little. I was always pretty big, but actually when I started riding motorcycles, of course, the smallest motorcycle that Harley-Davidson made was basically a Sportster, and that's what I rode. The first time was a 175 Hummer that had Sportster wheels and tires on it, so it was that tall.
Wow.
And so it wasn't something easy to do, but it was so much fun. And I'd been around bikes and stuff. My dad worked on Harleys all over the place, and people would bring them from miles around,
Right.
And and it was way cool because they would be bringing them from Pueblo, Colorado, clear to Scott City, Kansas, for him to overhaul their motor, transmission, or something like that. Then he'd say, "Hop on that thing and kick it 3 times with the choke on and the gas off, and turn the gas on, and then turn the switch on and kick it, and let's see if you can start it." And I was doing that when I was like 6, 7 years old. I was jumping up so high and bam, went down through the Kickstarter, and it would start right up, and I'd get a rev it up and let it off and all that. And I never did try to ride one of the big Harleys, until I was about 16 or so. But yeah, that was my kind of life was always being around a gearhead. My dad was a total gearhead. And, he'd worked on some sprint car teams and stuff like that. And he had a pilot license, and he flew all over the place to stuff. And he worked for Fairbanks and Morris, my grandfather and him did, the scale company.
Yes.
But they also owned an electrical company that started in Kansas and went all the way down to Grants, New Mexico.
Wow.
And so my grandfather and my dad became what's called a millwright. A millwright basically could build anything, anywhere, and as long as they've got a set of plans. And so they would start out with dirt, and have to do the dirt work. Maybe that's why I've always been doing dirt work,
Yeah.
And so the dirt work, and then they would build the motors and put them into 8-cylinder things that were 12 foot tall, and then had 2, 3, 4 feet of oil pan underneath the ground, and stuff like that to fed that system, and they run on natural gas. What was funny was in 1978, I got to I was working for the electrical company in between college, and they said, "Hey, we want you to go out to the old power plant and overhaul this one motor. Our guy's sick." And I go, "You ready to do that?" I go, "Yeah." Come to find out, it was the one my dad and my grandfather had set 50 some years before that.
Wow, that
was way cool. Yeah,
that's just like history repeating itself, right?
Yes, exactly.
Wow,
yeah.
That is cool.
It had an echo.
I think part of your echo is you might have your computer on or something with the volume, and it's kind of feeding back through the phone.
That's my phone picking up on your phone. I don't know what's going on here. Hold on, I'm going to try this.
Okay.
Okay, there. How about that? That's better, isn't it?
It seems to be a little better. I don't hear the. I don't
either. I don't hear. Yeah, I hear you on a phone and not on the internet.
Right.
Cool. So all right. Well, hopefully we weren't doing that. Okay.
Yeah, no, we'll be okay. Don't worry about that. So,
but yeah,
go ahead.
So my dad always had me working on my own bicycles and lawn mowers. I mowed lawns and stuff all over the town. I would take off on my bicycle with a rope on its seat and drag my lawnmower from one place to the next. And I had me a bunch of those old ladies that wouldn't let anybody do anything for anybody except for me, have me do it, and paid me well. And I was making, honest to God, at 10 years old, 1960, I was making $150 a week mowing lawns all over the place.
That's damn good money.
That was really good money.
Yeah.
I mean, my dad made that working for the county,
Right.
So it was, but the retirement deal kind of sucked, I'm still working.
Yeah,
but,
the 401k is just not there, is it?
Yeah, it never got to pass 4.0. But so when I like I say, so I've been a gearhead ever since. I learned how to do lawn mowers and did valve jobs with lapping the valves in at 10 years old.
Wow.
Now, most people don't even know what we're talking about, but, I'm not going to go into it, but they can Google it, okay?
Yeah.
But, so anyway, I did that, and then pretty soon, the next thing you know, I'm working on my own Harley, and at 14, I had this, a Sportster was my first motorcycle at 14 years old. At 15, my mom and dad and I called on our bikes and rode to Sturgis from Scott City, Kansas, 585 miles.
Wow.
And then you could get a driver's license. Kansas had a motorcycle license where as long as my dad could see me or my mom could see me, that's all it took. You could ride. So we rode down the highway, 60, 70 mile an hour all the way up there, no problem, and no cops ever stopped us and all that. It was way cool. At 15 to be in Sturgis on your own motorcycle is pretty cool stuff.
Oh, heck yeah, man. Heck,
Even back then, with 1965, it was crazy. And the best thing was, we were staying down at the park and all that stuff with that whole rowdy bunch. And back then it wasn't too rowdy. I think we might have been one of the rowdiest, so my life has been all about nuts and bolts. And sometimes that's what some of the nuts have been in my head. I know that. So, but always try to have something different to do. And don't tell me I can't do it, because I'm going to prove you wrong. I mean, I was on the tennis team in high school, if that tells you anything. And, and here I was like 240 pounds, and I was on the tennis team.
Wow.
So I was going to the golf team, the tennis team, basketball, football. I did it all, and that's all over with. And now I don't even play golf. I haven't played golf for probably 5-6 years, and I've been more or less retired. And but anyway, I'm living in Kingman, Arizona, and looking out over the shop where I'm at. My apartment's in this shop, and that Gene Woods built. You have to look him up, and was a national championship speedway racer with motorcycles with no brakes and on methanol and with nitro and all that and them things. And then he raced NASCAR West, raced CRA non-wing sprint cars, and then wing sprint cars and all that. And was in everything. And he and I became friends the same time that I met Dave Gross.
Wow.
Dave, can you believe that? There you go. So that's how long Dave and I and Gene have all met. And Dave had the prettiest wife I ever seen in my life. She was so pretty and had such great manners and just a good person. I'm sure she's probably that too right now. So I wanted to steal away from her. Let's put it that way. But anyway, as we went to Victorville, and I actually Gene got to drive. Let's see, I'm trying to remember which one it was. One of Greg Adams' truck. It wasn't Bad Boy, but it was one of them, and I can't remember the name of it. But one of the coolest thing was we always went to Victorville and did that show. I can't remember his name from. California, been a promoter forever. Motley Crue. What was his name? Steve Corcio.
Steve Corcio. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So he called me and said, "Hey, I got a little trouble at this fairgrounds. Why don't you do this show?" That's why I did it for 3 years, 4 years, whatever it was. Uh-huh. And so went and did it. But anyway, Gene Woods drove one of Greg Adams' monster trucks that year, and pretty cool. And he did really good. I mean, the guy could do anything. Well, anyway, outside of this, when I looked through these opera windows outside of my apartment, right into this huge shop that's probably, I don't know how, 50 by 150. It's almost big enough to do a monster truck show in here already, and it's tall. And there's in this deal is one of Dale Earnhardt's cars that he crashed, not the one that he got killed in, but the front end looks like it. I mean,
it does.
You swear up and down. You saw the pictures, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And the steering wheel has been pushed down, stiff. Earnhardt, when he hit the wall so hard that he actually had his arms stiff armed, and it folded the steering wheel plumb down around the steering column. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, and so then we got that. We got one of Brendan Gaughan's NASCAR trucks, and it's ready to race. We got Tony Stewart's Indianapolis backup car for NASCAR when he won on the NASCAR deal, and he and that thing's ready to run right now. I mean, it's got the good motor in it and all that stuff. So we got that, and then there's a Excalibur, and I'm sure you probably know what that is, since you've been going to car shows forever.
I know exactly what an Excalibur
got
is.
One of them with a small block Chevrolet in it. That's the way they were built, and it's setting 20 feet out the side window here, and then motorcycles and stuff like that. So I'm here with a gearheads at for sure, and then he lives over in Vegas, and he lives in, yes, the guy that started rock and roll. Who is that, Roller? Come on, tell me.
Elvis Presley?
No.
Who?
Come on. Black guy.
Oh, Chuck Berry.
Exactly.
Chuck
That's
Berry.
where. Yes, he lives in his mansion.
No
He
way.
bought his mansion. Yes, after
Wow.
Chuck died a year and a half later, he goes in there and redoes the whole thing. It's 7,700 square foot.
My goodness gracious.
Quite a house, okay? And that's not, and then it's got a pool indoors and outdoors and this and that. And so anyway, we're doing, in 2 weeks, we're doing a Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. And what that is everybody calls he's a hot shoe. And that all came from flat tracking. They used to put a cover over their left boot.
Yeah.
They still do. And some of them started out with an old Rambler bumper or whatever. That was one of the high things to get a piece of Rambler bumper and strap it onto your boot. And so now there's actually people that make these things and stuff like that. A guy named called Light Shoe. Oh my God, he's the best. And he's out of Sturgis, basically, is where he does it. And anyway, this thing holds your foot from kicking you in the back of the head, basically, because it's nice and slick. So that Hot Shoe Hall of Fame is in 2 weeks, and we've already got when I started with him a couple months ago, we had like 800 people. Now we have 1,200 and some already signed up, and there's only 900 shares. I don't know what we're going to do here, but oh well. So anyway, I've been helping him, and he's been helping me, and I just can't wait. I got 2 monster trucks coming up, shows, No Limit shows in Mississippi, of all places. That's what I've always done well there. And one of them is in Philadelphia, Mississippi, and the other one's in Louisville, Mississippi. Who would have thought there was 2 towns named after Pennsylvania and Kentucky? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the truth.
So anyway, we're doing a indoor figure 8 car race in the Philadelphia one. That's on the 21st. There's 2 shows, one at 1 o'clock, one at 6 o'clock. And then we're trying to get these kids home and out of mom and dad's hair, because these new what do you want to call it? New style kids we got anymore. They get about a 10 sugar candy high, and boy, they're ready to go to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock. So that's what we're tuning into that. I mean, it's everybody's talked about it, but both of my events are starting at 6 o'clock, and there's no pit parties for sure, but no charge for it, no charge for parking, and no charge for this, and no charge for that, and several charges for a ticket. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
of course.
We're not going to charge them to get in and then charge them to get out, but we're going to let them out. But yeah, we are $20 in advance and $10 for kids, and it goes up $5 day of show. And if you buy advance tickets, you save money. That's what I'm going to tell you.
Well, there you go.
Don't want to probably know what you're going to pay at the gate. But the monster trucks, we've had really a lot of good shows. And the one you went to, Pocatello, I don't remember what year that was. I probably could pull it up in my head. Did it? No, I don't know. What year was that?
Ed, I'm not going to lie to you, but I guarantee you it was let's see, I was
90s.
Yeah, I was doing that. So I would say probably 96, maybe 97, maybe somewhere around.
Yeah, that's
there.
what I was thinking.
Somewhere in
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, right in the middle of one of my 4 divorces to my ex-wife. No, I don't know.
Took you 4 times to learn, Ed?
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, we had some star-coated guys there. I mean, just like John Zimmer, he won it 1 year, and Sean Duhan, and those guys were tough, boy. I mean, they went on to Monster Jam or whatever. A lot of these guys did, and of course Jimmy Cretin, he actually met his wife at one of my shows in North Dakota.
No way, really.
Yeah, Dawn.
Yeah,
Yep. Met her
yeah.
in Grand Forks. I had a monster truck show, and that's where they were at. It was out at the fairgrounds, and boy, Jimmy and her, I think both of them saw each other and thought, "Yep, that's who I'm going to marry, and I'm going to be a monster truck driver." I
There you
guess.
go.
But
And
anyway,
all the rest
she
is
really.
history.
Yeah, exactly. I met her sister and in a little bar, and actually just outside of Billings, Montana. Rode my Harley over there in the mountains, and I told her, I said, "Hey, I need to. I'm gonna pull up close to your door here. Don't just pull that Harley in here." We got to talking and found out it was Dawn's sister.
Oh,
So
wow.
this. You can't believe what traveling around. People don't understand. We get to know anybody and everybody, don't we? But
That's the truth. I mean, sooner or later you do meet them for sure. But
yeah,
I want to get into when you started jumping
okay.
with the motorcycles and stuff, and what made you decide to get in to jumping motorcycles?
Well, okay, so I was always a show off because my dad had all these stories about how he'd rode his Harley into the high school, and the teachers he chased him down the hallway and chased him out, and then they kicked him out of school. and he was 15 when they did that. On a Harley hand shift foot clutch deal, it would have been a handful inside of school. But anyway, I'd always been a show off because everybody always told me about my dad standing on the saddle riding through town and all that. Now the little town we're talking about is called Scott City, Kansas. That's where I was raised, born, high school, all that, and had my first kiss and all that, and probably my last. But anyway, when we I was doing a wheelie sitting on the motorcycle backwards. I'd learned how to ride a bicycle backwards when I was 5 years old. My dad could do it all the time on his Harley. So I always had to learn how to do it,
Right.
Couldn't do that. So I'm doing a wheelie now on the street, and the cops never bothered me. It's Beckley, he's doing that. In a little town of 3,500 population, like 6,000 in the whole county. So, it's pretty small. So, and this guy was honking and flashing his lights and everything. And of course, I'm staring right at him because he's behind me, and I've got the front wheel up, and here I am and got a handful of everything I can, to control this bike. It was a 250 Yamaha. Set it down and pulled over, and I said, "Is there something I did wrong?" No, I want to hire you for my thrill show. I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." He said, "You ever jump cars yet with a motorcycle?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, I'm going to send you some pictures, but I want to hire you to go on my thrill show, and maybe you'll learn how to do jumping there, but boy, we could use you doing these wheelies, setting on it backwards and stuff like that. We could do that." He said, "You're going to set the whole world on fire with that." I said, "Well, okay." And so anyway, that's what I did. Guess what the name of the thrill show was? Death Riders.
Okay, and they also did the big like pit or whatever where they went around the walls and stuff like that. Isn't that
No.
no?
No, that was whoever that. I don't know who that was. But
I had a big
Death
picture of it.
Riders actually was a thrill show, and it was all about motorcycles. Had one car stunt, but had 17 different acts that I did 15 of those. Okay,
No way.
Whether I was jumping over cars or people or trucks or anything, that's what I did. And going through fire, did the world's longest fire tunnel and things like that. Melted in Moberly, Missouri. I know you got people that live there, and so anyway, it was on a baseball field. That's what they had for a fairgrounds. That's where they did the rodeo. So I had to come. It rained and rained and rained. Well, it started raining whenever. It seemed like it rained for a week, and so we went ahead and did the show. And there was water standing in where I was going to do this fire tunnel, and I went ahead and went through it, and it caught my back on fire, melted my jacket right into my skin.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the fire guys were really, really subtle about it. I just grabbed a hold of it and ripped it off.
Oh,
And
yeah.
half of my back went with it,
Oh,
And
man.
no, yeah. So you got to be tough. When you're
Oh, man.
stupid, you got to be tough when you're stupid.
Well, that ain't no
So.
joke. That ain't
So after that, we started doing motorcycle jumps with that thrill show, and then I started doing them on my own. And then I was down in Odessa, Texas, and this drag racing promoter had all these oil people that had lots of money, were following around and doing whatever he wanted to do. Well, anyway, about that same time, there was some guy from Butte, Montana. I'm sure you've heard of. His name was Awful Knaffle. No, excuse me, Evil Knievel.
Yes, sir.
So Evil Knievel was, everybody was talking, oh yeah, I can outdo you and I can outdo you this, and so he said, here's what you do: you put up $50,000. He was selling this on TV and all that. You put up 50 grand cash, and he said, we'll jump till one of us can't jump, and jumps you right into the earth. Okay, he's talking about jumping till you died, basically.
Right.
And so we took him up on it. The guy came up with 100,000 and said, we'll charge him, we'll do 100 grand. We'll give him 100 grand if he'll come here and go against you. Well, Knievel got really mad, and the guy from the drag strip was using his footage of him crashing and all that at Caesar's Palace.
Oh, my God.
And, oh yeah, that didn't work out well. But anyway, it was selling tickets and all that. Well, we had a sold out crowd, basically 15,000 people in a 5,000 seat grandstands is what they had, and it was crazy. And then and I did my jump and all that, but Knievel and I got in a big lawsuit over that. I mean, he sued me and the racetrack and the CBS station and all that, and it was quite a deal. He was mad because he wasn't coming to Odessa, Texas. That was the edge of the world, the jumping off place at the end of the world. That's what he's called it.
So he never did show up to jump?
Oh, hell no. That guy was so full of crap, and it was pitiful,
So you were the thorn in Evil Knievel's side.
I think I was a thorn in other places. So you could kind of figure out where. Okay?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so but he and I became friends later with that. It was kind of a funny deal. So as the world turns, I started doing, like I say, jumps on my own, going to circle tracks and drag strips and stuff like that all over Texas and Kansas and Nebraska and all that. In fact, one town in Red Cloud, Nebraska, I said, are we running here today? And the racetrack guy, the owner, comes up driving up in pickup, and he said, yeah, why is that? I said, well, there's cows on the racetrack. Oh yeah, they're not hurting nothing. And they were making a few deposits on the racetrack,
yeah,
if you know what I'm talking about.
We use that for filler.
Yeah, exactly. And so anyway, it ain't dusty with cow poop all over it.
This is true.
So anyway, I did the jump and all that, and the cows stayed the hell out of the way and all that. But no, I 1 year in 1984 was probably my biggest year. I jumped in the Silverdome, the Superdome, the Kingdome, Madison Square Garden, L.A. Coliseum,
Wow,
BC Place, yeah. All over the place, besides RFK Stadium, JFK Stadium, all those places, and most of it was for SRO Pace. I think we know who they are, right?
Yes, we do.
So SRO and Pace, of course, SRO was a company of three guys, and they were from out of Chicago, Ed Thayer and Tony Vaccaro and Bob George. And the three of them, that's who started that whole deal. That's who started U.S. Hot Rod Association, okay? No matter who tells you what, that's who it was. And they were drag strip promoters, and had actually done a car show at the World's Fair like in 1960-something. And so they were been around forever, saw that monster trucks and truck and tractor pulls and stuff were going to be a big deal. They didn't see monster trucks yet. But anyway, then they were hiring me to go do PR and do my motorcycle jump with Linda on the back. And so that's what we did. And we did that in all those major stadiums and arenas. And it was crazy. It was crazy good is what it was. And Bob George and I were just just is almost like a father-son relationship. And Vaccaro, we call him Tony Capone from San Antonio. That's what he looked like. He looked just exactly like and he had a big old scar on him. And remember the movie was called Scarface.
Yes, sir.
And,
yes, sir.
And I'm not so sure he didn't put that on there just because, type deal. But anyway, that's who started it. And then they bought, of course, then Pace bought in half of them. And Pace was Paul, and then Alan Becker, and that was the A. And then CE was C.E. Altman. That's how PACE came about. That was the deal.
Wow.
So, but gave you enough information here.
That's
I bet we got some of our pod kids are probably just freaking out, going, "My God, would he slow down?" No, I ain't got much time, guys. So here we started doing that, and then Pace actually bought them out after Bob George died, and bought it out, and so then Pace had it, and then it went to Live Nation, and then you know who's got it now.
Yes,
sir. But Bob. Let's see, was George Carpenter started the monster truck deal, safety thing, him and
the MTRA.
Yeah, he started the MTRA, him and Bob Chandler started
yes,
after hours upon hours. Those guys talked for hours on the phone every day for 6 months till they finally pulled the trigger on that thing and put it out there. And so I was involved in that also, and traveled around. George and I traveled around, and Ken Donay, and like I say, and we were starting to do lots of different things. Mud, inside Madison Square Garden and stuff like that. I mean, the floor was only 205 feet long, 100 foot wide. That was it. And we did a truck and tractor pull, monster trucks. We had Bigfoot, and Mud Bog, and then some fat guy jumping with his wife on the back of the bike, and you can guess who that was. And
yeah.
So.
Go ahead.
So as the world gets on here, we started doing the motorcycle jumps, like I say, at all those places, and could go back. And then Aaron Paulburn and I were really good friends. I had jumped for the Mafia, actually. That's who owned Dragway 42 and all those things that Aaron Paulburn was running up there, him and George Eisenhardt's dad, George Eisenhardt Sr. And so I went up there and met with them, and I jumped at Thompson Dragway 42, and all their circle tracks and stuff too. So then Aaron was, like I say, a really good friend of mine, and I said, "Man, why don't you come to Wheeling next week and be the announcer there? I've got a mud bog there, and I'm not supposed to be putting this thing on. I'm supposed to go there and figure out how to dig a mud bog pit, on a concrete floor." And he said, "Okay." And so I paid him $150 more than what he made at the drag strip, and it was $500 less than what SRO was going to pay. So you and I both know I became real famous at at SRO's deal. They liked me because I could, cut the budget like that and still have a great show. But anyway, Aaron, of course, and then he and I and Charlie Mancuso were supposed to get into a partnership deal and start putting on shows, and it were all concrete shows because I showed them how to do a concrete show because we were used to race flat track bikes on concrete and still do. A lot of places do, and we'd done it with Coke syrup and done it with brake fluid and we'd done it with everything. But the best thing was whatever we used was consistent with getting the rubber off the floor, but yet having traction for the funny car tug of war and Bigfoot and Barefoot and all those guys to do their stuff and without going up into the grandstand. Of course, at that time we didn't even think about stuff like that.
Sure. Yeah.
And crazy that we weren't. So here we thought we were all about safety and had people sitting on the other side of a dasher a
Right.
fiberglass dasher.
Yeah.
That happened lots.
That
Let's
the
put it
truck
that way.
could the truck could climb right over the top of the dasher and be in the, and you never even thought about it. You're right. It's so right about that.
I honest to God don't think it could crawl over the dasher. I think it would smash the dasher all to holy hell
Yeah.
and go right. I mean, it's not good. Just here's the thing: we can thank God Almighty for that, for not letting us be that stupid to turn one into it or whatever.
Guaranteed.
So. But we did truck and tractor pulls, we did mud bogs, and of course I've been a dirt guy all my life. I mean, when I was 10 years old, 12 years old, I was running tractors for these farmers and stuff, and then I started running terrace machines, and then a grader and box blades and stuff like that about that same time, and so I got pretty proficient at that, so I could build my own arena cross track and stuff like that in like a half a day or a day, where it took somebody 3 days to do it.
Right.
And could build a mud bog. They called me Doctor of Mud is what they called me, because I made a fork deal that went on the excavator that we could stir that mud up with. It would stick down in it like fingers, and we'd mix it all up, and oh boy, had some really good mud racers. One of them went on to be a monster truck driver. I don't know, kind of a poor monster truck driver, actually. Seemed like he wrecks all the time, but anyway. Tom Mintz and I became good friends a long time ago, and he didn't remember it until we were talking about it in Atlanta one year when I brought him and Gary was there with Digger, and but anyway, we had a hell of a show and were talking about it. But so as a progress on, at one time I had 7 employees, and myself and my ex-wife all worked in that office in Texas. It was quite a deal. We're doing 65 events a year.
It's a lot of events.
A lot of them were monster trucks, and a lot of them were motocross. Some of them were truck and tractor pulls, or some of them were thrill shows. But yeah, we were busy, and so I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to retire. So I've slowed down quite a bit, and then when I had colon cancer just a little over 2 years ago, that set me back for a year and a half, where I couldn't do anything, and was in hospital for a long time, and got out of that, and this no more, and moved to Florida. Was having a rocking good time, and boy, I was on my Harley all the time. The weather, and down on the beach and in the rock clubs, and just having a blast. And then I got sick, and I didn't know what was happening, but I went and did a monster truck show in Tennessee, and my foot swelled up so bad that I couldn't walk or anything else, my ankle, my leg, and all that, and didn't know it, but I had septus in it.
That's crazy.
And it's nasty stuff. It basically is like having a septic pool dump in your body, is about what happened. And so I was in Daytona at the time, and I'd fallen over, passed out, and fell backwards over and hit my head on the cobblestones, and boy, knocked me out plumb smooth. And I was a boxer, as you said in that song. I was a boxer from way back when, and I wasn't beat very many times. I lost about 3 matches out of 30. And I never was knocked out. Well, I got knocked out with that, and of course they hauled me away to Halifax. That's the same hospital that Dale Earnhardt was sent to, right across the street from the NASCAR track. Right. And they came out, and he said, "Well, how you feeling?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And I was all delirious and everything. And he said, "Well, I'm just going to tell you something. You're in really bad shape." And I go, "I can't be. I didn't hardly hit my head. It didn't hardly bleed." And he said, "No, it's not that." He said, "Your body's plumb full of septus." And I was going, "What the hell is that?" Yeah. And they tell me it's poison, and it's the worst poison it could be. And he got 24 hours to live, Beckley. He said, "You better call your mom and your dad." I said, "They're all both dead. Okay, but I'll be seeing them pretty quick, is what you're telling me." He said, "Looks like it," and he said, "I'm doing what I could do." So anyway, got out of that. That worked out, and it was in my ankle, and it was because I had gout real bad. So if any of you get gout, and guys always do because we eat a lot of protein sometimes, and that does it. Anyway, that gout solidified, and they actually took my ankle apart. Took it apart. Hello, test 1 2.
Yeah,
I did say that. They took it apart and ground it with like what you're going to port the heads on that big block Chevy.
yeah.
You know where, with a hand grinder, and they ground that off of the bones. Is what they did, and then they put it back together. So then that's why I was in the hospital for 7 months, flat on my back.
Wow.
Bad deal. Couldn't stand up, couldn't talk, this. So finally got to where I could walk. They let me do that. And then I was riding my Harley downtown. Had been riding for about 2 weeks and was coming back from a Monday night church and got pulled out in front of me. And boy, boom, it was bad. Had a bad wreck, and they hauled me off and thought they were going to give me 24 hours to live. And I said, "I'm not buying that." So anyway, got out of that, went in the hospital and got out of that, and got healed up. And then I had a hernia. I had a boob on my belly that looked like about a 636 double D, is what it looked like, right in the middle of where my belly button was.
Right.
And it stuck out, and it looked pretty profuse. And the doctor said, "What do you want to do with that?" And I said, "Well, I'd like to put a nipple on it." And he goes, "Do what?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Put a nipple on it." And he goes, "What am I going to put a nipple on your belly button, where your belly button would be?" And I said, "Because just think of it, I could sell tickets to this, So,
The promoter coming out in you.
yeah, exactly. Here comes the promoter in me.
Right.
So anyway, he didn't do it. And so the rest of the story is they fixed it. And then at the time, Gene Woods was like, "You need to come here." He'd been telling me that for 6 months. But before I went in the hospital, he told me that with the septus.
Right.
And so I loaded up my old Excursion and left my trailer there, and the motorcycle got totaled out, and they carried it off, and all the above, and I ended up driving 2,400 miles to Kingman, Arizona.
Just after hernia surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, which you're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not your doctor, but yes, I understand.
I just did it 3 months, just 3 months before I should have. So I've been here.
That's the daredevil in you, buddy.
Yeah, that happened the first weekend, December the 4th, is when they did the operation, and I was here by December the 14th.
Wow, that's crazy. That really
stupid.
Is. That's
stupid is what it was.
But look at now. You're doing good, and things are going good. You seem to be happy. You have taken.
Oh, I'm the saddest guy in the world. Can't you tell that?
Yeah, right. Exactly. But you've just calmed yourself down from running really hard for a lot of years, because at one time you're doing 60 shows. Ed, that just being the booking guy and keeping track of all 60 shows is a job in itself, let alone going and doing the stuff. You were at most of these shows and doing stuff there.
Well, some of them were even concerts.
Wow.
I did a concert with Kid Rock in Casper, Wyoming.
How cool was that? Did you did you get to meet him and stuff?
Oh, yeah, of course. I paid him. I'm the guy that paid him.
That's cool. That's cool.
And I did Travis Tritt, Trish Yearwood, Little Texas, Ricky Van Shelton, and that was the day right before that show, before my show there in Toledo at the Seagate Center with him, he got, Entertainer of the Year that year.
Yeah.
So, we don't hear anything about him now.
Yeah.
And, but, I got to do a lot of different things. And, when somebody said, "Well, we're not selling tickets at this event, you want to try it?" Well, that was me.
Yeah.
I'd go try it, and I've lost a lot of money in this business, but I've made some too,
Well, of
and
course.
I've had a lot of fun doing it, and I really like the direction that the monster trucks are going now. I mean, you got Monster Jam was, I know I'm going to hit, but I don't care what I hear about it. Let's just put it that way. Monster Jam basically saved the monster truck business, I believe.
Uh-huh.
I think that bringing their part to it was really good. I'm not so sure what I think about the kids show is what I'm going to call it. You can figure out that one yourself. And but a bunch of trucks that not doing much, running around on a concrete floor is just not. That's not what these things were for. I don't
Right.
think. But hey, it's kids show, and I get it. I mean, they're making way more money than I ever did. Let's put it that way.
Right.
And but I like it because now you've got all these independents that are putting on 3D bodies, and
Oh, yeah.
that's something that we needed. I mean, the old Ford versus Chevrolet. I mean, heck, NASCAR don't even have that going anymore. I mean, we got Toyota. We got Toyota trucks and Toyota motors and NASCAR cars, and holy cow! I mean, it's midgets. The midget deal. I mean, is that? I mean, there's even sprint cars with Toyota motors in them and stuff. And I'm not against Toyota, but it's the dual is not there anymore. The
No,
Ford
it's
versus
not.
Chevrolet.
And it's even over into the drag racing too. I mean, a
Yes.
lot of your drag racing teams are running Toyota bodies and stuff like that. So yeah, it's
And
gotten big.
motors.
Yeah, and motors. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gotten big. It really has.
Yeah. Yeah, so so that like I say, my eyes are wide open to motorsports, whatever it is, whether it's drag racing, mud bogs, truck and tractor pulls, or monster truck shows, or whatever, sprint cars. I was World of Outlaw Sprint Car Promoter of the Year and Track of the Year 2010. They've never done that ever. And they haven't done it since. So I lucked out there, I guess you might say. And that was because I was running that Dodge City racetrack, and it rained on us and rained on us and rained on us, and we had to stop the show at 9:20. And at about 2:20, 2:40 a.m., all of a sudden over the radio it said, "Hey, World of Outlaws to Beckley, are you on?" And I was standing at the end of their truck talking to Stevie Kinzer and a couple other guys, and we were just waiting to find out what they were going to do because it was still raining. He said, "We have a window of opportunity." I said, "A what?" Well, I said, "What's that mean?" He said, "It means that it's going to stop raining in about 30 minutes, and then it will have an hour of no rain, and then it's going to come a big rainstorm. And we have to do these main events before we get out of here. That's what we got to do, or whatever." And he said, and it's filming for TV. They were filming. It wasn't live. They were filming it. So it was a TV show. So they had that money tied up and all that. So guess what? We made a racetrack out of it. Let's put it that way. And had fast time. Casey Kane was, that was when his cars, the Budweiser car. Boy, it was fast racing and all that. And so the whole thing is I equate my success in this business to being one of the starters of this business, monster trucks and stuff like that, and I'm good with that. I'm not walking around with my chest stuck out. I'm walking around with my ears open and trying to see and hear what's next.
Right. Well, I tell you what, Monster Jam and stuff, Ed, right now, these drivers, they're doing some stuff that has caught on, and that's what the audience wants. I mean, very seldom do you do a monster truck show anymore with cars. I mean, you don't hardly ever do that anymore. It's always a big center jump with 3 or 4 different entrances to it or something like that. And one's a wheelie, one's a stoppie. I mean, and the stuff that they're doing is just amazing. It really is. I mean, these guys are almost like athletes.
You got that school going on. I
Yeah.
mean, Tom teaches every one of them how to do stoppies and stuff like that. And, and I got guys right now that I guarantee have never done one and probably never will.
Right.
and I don't. The problem is that's what they see on TV.
Sure.
So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? We can't.
Yeah.
And there's only so many trucks out there that are able to do that stuff that Monster Jam is doing. Their trucks, in other words.
Right.
Dennis's kids are phenomenal.
Yeah.
All of them. They are phenomenal.
How can you not be? I mean,
yeah, Dennis is phenomenal too. I met him. I had him in Roanoke, Virginia, and he broke a motor the first night and wanted to leave. I said, "You ain't going nowhere, huh?" No. So what are you gonna do? Go do? You ain't gonna go make no money. And he said, "Well, what are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to pay you if you stay this till tomorrow's over with." And he said, "Okay. So what are we going to do?" And I said, "You're going to talk about it and all that, and people are going to from Virginia is going to feel sorry for you and buy all your merchandise." Guess what? They bought all of his merchandise.
There you go.
Yeah, and he was so happy and all that. And there he took him and Julie, his wife, at the time, took off in that motorhome. It wasn't a motorhome, it was that school bus, and with the trailer on the back of it, and it looked like a flag back there by the time he got on interstate. That thing was running down the road at 85 mile an hour. Crazy stuff.
Ed, there's a gentleman that was on our show, him and his son, about a month ago. I'm sure you've heard of him if you don't already know him, but Lee and Shane Plato. And they're out of California, and Shane is getting ready to go to that Monster Jam school, but he's already doing the stoppies and all this other stuff. This young man is going to be one of the independents out there that is going to be the next up and come big independent. I really do believe that, because they started out in the mini monsters, and he has done a hell of a job with driving and stuff, and now he's just turned 18. So he's going to go to Monster Jam University and learn how to do all the stuff that Tom teaches, and I think that's only going to make him better, man. Just for his own, because they already have their own trucks, so he can come back and take what he's learned and implement it into his own shows, and then I think he's going to be in demand at these shows.
I'm not so sure already. They're booked up almost all the time.
They are.
I'm just not for sure that he will come back.
He might not. I mean, those trucks are top of the line trucks, man. I mean, you got to admit it.
And Tom is the guy that brings them new talent.
Yeah, that's the truth. And
so guess what? Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
No, I hear you, man. That could be the truth.
Yeah, for sure.
It
but
really
you got Jimmy and those guys do good shows with 2X monster trucks, and you got, of course, Harper's Bunch with all the different deals they're doing with Monster Wars. They're doing it too. They're doing stoppies, and they're doing two-wheel skills and things like that. But it's the whole thing is this industry is turned into an industry.
Yes.
It really has, and it's not just a bunch of guys out there playing in the mud or something like that. But I don't think we're ever going to get to the point of where we're like trucks gone wild. I mean, we don't have that many type of a thing to do with where the local people can race and do this and do that and do that. Other than, why do they want to go to our deal that's just starting whenever they can go to all over the place with the monster, trucks gone wild or whatever,
Right, exactly.
Good stuff. And mud is where it's at, and we did it a long time ago, and I did a mud bog not too long ago, and I'm going to tell you something. The building said, "Don't ever do that again here. We're done." And I'm like, "What?" And they said, "Yeah, we don't want that mud deal." And I'm like, I even had an outdoor fairgrounds tell me that,
really?
And Yeah, so they said, it's splashing mud. It could splash mud on our fence and all that. And I'm like, it's 20 feet away,
Right.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and it's so a lot. I mean, and then I had venues tell me that no dirt inside a building anymore.
Yeah.
That's Montana did that. So they had Hot Wheels last spring, and Hot Wheels isn't in there yet that I know of, but my show is not on sale either yet, and that's in March. So
Right.
that's not a good feeling. So,
No.
but it's okay. I'm fine. I'm gonna live with it. I don't know what else is out there to be a hurdle, but I've always tried to jump those hurdles.
That's exactly it. Well, hey, Ed, why don't we take a break for a second? And I want to let everybody hear your song. And it'll give you a chance to get yourself something to drink if you want or whatever. And then we'll be right back with the rest of the show. We're already, I called you exactly an hour ago. So we went an hour really fast, brother. Really. And we haven't touched anything yet.
I was talking really fast.
No, but man, that's all right. But I mean, it just went fast. An hour is nothing anymore. It really is. So, all right,
Yeah, I got you.
guys,
All right,
we'll
buddy.
be back here in just a minute with more with Big Ed Beckley, and we're going to let you listen to this song that we made for him. This is called Big Ed Beckley. I might have to restart my program here. I don't know what happened here. Hold on just a
Let's
second.
see. I ain't not hearing anything.
Yeah, no, let me just refresh this for a minute. Sometimes if it sits long enough, it has to be refreshed. I don't know what happened here. Huh. I'm not getting it. It's playing, but I'm not getting any sound.
Audio.
No audio. I don't know. Let me try one of these other songs right fast. Nothing on that end. Huh. That's weird. I've never had this problem here. Maybe if I get out of the Suno program here and we reload it. I don't know what the deal is because everybody can still hear us talking. And the music's never gone down like that before.
I'll be doing.
It's always something though. The world of technology,
Yep.
You always
exactly.
It's the best.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, happens.
If nothing else, we can always just go ahead and.
I could play it and put my phone up against the speaker.
Well, I don't. We shouldn't have to do that because I don't know what the deal is. I'm afraid that if we have to restart everything, that it's not going to work. So while we're talking, I'm just going to go ahead and because it's showing that it's playing, but we're not getting any sound. I don't know why.
I got you.
But let's just go ahead and go on with the show. I mean, this is just an obstacle that we. Do you have it down on your converter?
No problem.
No, I don't. I don't have any of it down, Boggin. It's I got a guy that helps me with my show here, and everything is. Let me try this. Hold on, just a second here. Let me try this. Hold on. There we go. Let's try it. We got it. All right. So we're going to start this over. Here we go. All right.
There you go.
Born in 1950, Scott City Plains, Kansas wind and motor oil in his veins. 10 years old on a Harley Hummer frame, big dreams early, playing a dangerous game. Bucking hay bales for a farmer's pay, every hard-earned dollar bought another day. Daddy was a boxer, taught him how to stand at 8 years old. Speed bag talking to his hands, rhythm in his heartbeat, fire in his eyes. Learn how to fall, learn how to rise. Steel wheels, dirt tracks, never backing down. Every scar a lesson, every fall a crown. Raise a fist for Big Ed Beckley. Live full throttle, wild and free. From circle tracks to monster truck roars. He built his life on open doors. Legends don't slow, they just keep rolling steady. That's the life of Big Ed Beckley. Yeah, yeah. 71 demo derby dust, bent steel dreams and a leap of trust. 73 he took to the air, jumping motorcycles where the brave wouldn't dare. Dragways, circle tracks, holding their breath. Started Checkered Flag Productions, flirting with death. Odessa, Texas, the lights went red. Head on with a ramp, stare down death instead. Bones broke hard, but the fire stayed lit. The crash never taught him how to quit. Some men fall when the road turns black. Some men heal just to fight right back. Raise a fist for Big Ed Beckley. Concrete angels where he bled. He didn't quit, he just changed lanes. Built the shows that shook the stands. Legends don't fade, they just get steady. That's the heart of Big Ed Beckley. Big money bet with Knievel's pride. Winner take all, jump for your life. 156 feet, 15 cars wide. Jumping over 2 Bell 47 helicopters with the motors running and the blades chopping. Survival and pride on the line. Speedway bikes and flat track nights, promoting thunder under stadium lights. 90s roar, he built the scene. Put racers on stages they'd never seen. Pocatello nights in the neon glow. Grand National Showstoppers stole the show. Zimmer Duhan took the crown. Finals thunder shook that town. Kingman's Sun, Arizona sky. Fewer shows now, but the fire's alive. Scars tell stories time can't erase. Big Ed still standing in a good place. Some men chase legends. Big Ed Beckley is one. Oh, yeah.
Well, there you go, man. That's definitely it. And what the problem was,
Love it.
what the problem was, Ed, is when I turned the volume down because of the echo. That's the same channel that the music plays through on my. It's called a Zoom P4, and the volume was down. That's all it was. So, Boggin, thank you very much, my brother. And then also, Ed, Dave Gross said, for those of you who don't know Dave Gross, he's a great motorsports announcer, just a great guy. Ed, he said, Ed, you sound great. Let me know if you make it back to California. Love to announce a show for you to make it a full circle.
Oh, wow.
So that would be pretty cool. That would be a show I'd like to go see, for sure.
Yeah, Dale. Dave. Whatever you
Dave
do.
Gross, yeah.
Yeah, whatever you do. My phone number's everywhere, and I don't care. I'll give it out right now. 940-577-2698. Call me.
Yeah, that would be a good one, man. I would.
Yeah.
I would sit in the stands and love to just see.
No, we'll have you and him do color. You do color.
Oh man, that would, to be able to do a show with Dave. Yeah, of course. I'm in. You can just go ahead and I'll raise my hand right now for sure.
Okay.
Guaranteed. But no, Ed. Like I said, the hour goes by fast. But the song just kind of. I worked on it pretty hard. I had to do some background on you a little bit more than what you give me, but thank you for letting us play it, and thank you for approving it, man.
I thought it was wonderful. It really brought tears to my eyes. That was way cool.
Well, that's good. I'm glad.
We got anybody? Do we have any questions for anybody here?
Let's see here. There was a couple of questions. Boggin Racer lived in Pocatello, or that area. He said he remembers the truck rallies being good, but he said when we were talking about, maybe the next things coming up and stuff in monster trucks, he said, I hope monster truck rally racing is a possibility. That would be, that would be kind of like, like they're doing with the Joyce Sylvester's doing a lot, and so does what's his name? They're big racers, dirt racers. Oh my goodness, I know him like the back of my hand. But they have a big track, and they go around. They race these tracks really fast, and they go over these big jumps and stuff. And it's pretty cool, man. It really is. Bobby, oh my God, the whole family was racers.
Okay.
They raced at Indy. They raced everywhere. Unser, there you go, Unser.
Okay.
And he races this thing, and it's basically where you get a bunch of trucks out there, and you build a pretty good size course, and it's almost like a circle track, but it has a couple of turns in it. But then you put some big jumps out there, and they go cruising, and they're fast. It's a really fast paced deal.
Racing two at a time, or
they'll race multiples at a time. Multiples.
Wow.
Yeah.
You talk about 5 or 6 monster trucks racing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man,
that would be.
I want to see the Nerf bars that we're going to build to keep them out of each other's wheels.
Well, that's the thing you'd have to do. I mean, for sure, you'd have to do that. I'm just kind of looking through the. Lee Plato said he would love to load the trucks and the Harleys up and run some shows with Ed. Now that Shane's 18, so Lee Plato's throwing that out there to you too.
Oh, what, he can go to the titty bar now? Is that
what? Well, Mama might be not listening. Mama might be listening, so we probably won't want to talk about that.
I know. I hear you.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see here. Let's see here. What else here?
Hey, I'll tell you what, my photographer buddy, Sean, I see he said he was going to be there tonight on it and stuff like that. And I know he's been going through a lot of health issues and stuff, and because we were talking about doing this and doing that, and I said, I sent him a message. I said, what happened to cancer? Oh, yeah, I got that too. And I'm like, oh, my God.
Jesus, when it rains, it pours, right?
Yeah, so I kind of know about that, but I want to tell you something. My faith in God has definitely got me through this, and I'm all these things that I've had And I mean, when I've been told, of course, I've had the paddles used on me several times. Not the one on your butt, but ones that they light you up with
Right.
and restart you. Like clear, and
Yeah.
everybody else takes their hands off, and then that guy sticks you to there. Yeah, that happened to me in Johnstown, Pennsylvania, jumping for air and hit the wall 2 nights in a row, and had to have the paddles to start me up again.
Wow.
In Cincinnati, same thing in Seagate Center, and it's been a deal. Thank God, thank God. But anyway, I just wish Sean well. Great photographer and a good man, and I'll tell you what, he's probably one of the only guys that I've ever had that I never did have not one bad thing to say about him. Not one bad thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Good God.
Now, there is a gentleman on here, Boggin Racer, and he said, need turbo motors to do some distance racing on monster trucks.
Distance.
Yeah, so I would imagine something like
what you're talking about.
Maybe not even that. Maybe even longer. Maybe something like a mini,
to Vegas?
yeah, a mini Mint 400 or something like that. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, but you know what? Monster trucks have built so much. The motors have got so much horsepower, of course, and then with woofers on and all that, man, it'd be out of oil, out of water, everything else. I mean, they couldn't keep those things cool. I don't even know what kind of jets you'd have to use, in the blower and stuff, but to keep them to running, because right now we barely get our 3 minutes
That's
of freestyle.
Yeah.
And they're already scalding hot, and that. I don't know. I don't see that happening.
Maybe they'd have to come up with a different motor. Maybe they'd have to come up with a turbo motor that kept cool and could allow the trucks to run like that and be fast. I mean that's a big development right there that somebody could do.
First thing we've got to do is we know we can find an answer for all them questions.
Sure.
We've never. Our country and our people, especially our engineers and all that in the background at everybody's shops at Tom, just like at Hall's shop, I'm sure their heads spinning around thinking, oh my God, we'd have to do this, we'd have to do that. See, that's the thing. Those kind of guys could do that. And but is it sellable? It's got to be marketable. Something that just because that we can don't mean we should.
Sure.
I'm sorry to say that, but that's the truth. I mean, we got to make sure that the market, is up for that. I mean, of course now, like I say, they're being sold a monster truck show that people are buying tickets, to one that doesn't really have a real. I mean, they're not doing stoppies and stuff like that over there, but they're putting on a good show. It's a show. It's not monster truck races. It's not freestyle and all that. But and you guys could figure out who I'm talking to. And I'm not really bad mouthing them, although they bad mouthed me before. But I'm not going to worry about it. But what I think is we got to find what's marketable. What new thing is marketable? And I'm really honestly believing it's probably a freestyle show. That's all.
Right. Yeah.
Don't need to worry about racing. Don't need to worry about, which will be better on transmissions and all that. And but if we had 3 sets of freestyle, I'm not so sure that wouldn't be something that people would like to see.
Oh,
I think they would.
They want to see the freestyle. I mean, that's why you always save it for the last. And maybe you could have a 15 truck show where you did that kind of freestyle stuff with 15 different trucks, and then at the end of the show you bring back the top ones from the 15 trucks and let them go out there and just run it all at one time, and then the crowd gets to pick the winner of the evening, the king freestyler.
No, all this that we're talking about though is not going to fit in an arena show. Going to have something like that is going to have to be into like a Pocatello or
Yes.
like Monster Jams deal.
Right. Yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. I mean, maybe you have a series, a freestyle series where you do the smaller shows, and then you bring your top winners from the smaller shows. What I'd like to see is the promoters, and I don't know if this could ever happen because there's so much animosity between promoters and different things like that. But
Nah.
maybe where you could get the top drivers from yours and the top drivers from somebody else, and you guys could all meet someplace and have a real true world finals. I mean,
Exactly.
a real, exact, true. This is the no holes barred kind of deal, man. We got the best from Monster Jam. We got the best from No Thrills. We got the best from Monster X. We got the best from Hot Wheels. We got all these guys coming to this show, and this is where it's going to be. And it's going to be at Sam Boyd Stadium or some outdoor big place where you have it, and then your trucks take the king of the year, man. I mean, it's like a Super Bowl of monster trucks, I would think.
I think what you're talking there is going to take TV.
Oh, I do. I really think I would.
That'd be television.
Oh my God!
To be television.
And to be part of that, just to be from the announcer, speaking from the announcer part of mine, or like Dave. I think Dave. I've never met Dave, but I've heard of him. But to be able to announce a show like that, and to be part of that show, that would be awesome. It would be totally awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, let's get here. Talk about the wreck at the. I think you told me when we were talking on the phone over the weekend when you did the jump and you ran into the landing ramp with the motorcycle.
Yeah, boy. Happened in Odessa, Texas. And I was actually practicing. That's why I don't practice anymore. And so, long story made short, I had jumped 156 feet, and which is over a half of a football field on my 360 Yamaha MX. And this was way back in '73. And so I decided I was going to stretch her out some more. And like I say, this was trying to get ready for trying to put Knievel under, basically, and was something way over what he could do, and he'd have no excuse. And so anyway, went off the takeoff ramp, and actually what happened is the front brake cable. Why does he have a front brake cable? Well, 1973, most of the motorcycles didn't have a front brake that was hydraulic, so it had a cable, and the cable hooked on the top of the forks and actually stopped the front wheel. So as I'm going flying off the takeoff ramp, all of a sudden, boom, down the front end just dropped. Because see, like if you spin a bicycle wheel and then try to stop it by your hand, you know what I'm saying? All that inertia stops and it brings the front end down. So the front end was down, and I hit head on into the landing ramp and right at the fork seals. The bike went underneath the front tire, went underneath the takeoff ramp, and I slid forward and hit the handlebars and went flying up through the air, and my handlebar broke off on my left side. I was holding on to it. It broke off right where the bend was, and when my leg went over the top of it, it's like scooped it out like a spoon into butter, that deal. So I had a big old hole in my leg, and took a long time, but it also did a lot of damage other places. It blew out both of my eardrums and blew out my eyeballs, came out of the socket, and stuff like that, because it came to an abrupt stop. I mean, I was going like 60, 70 mile an hour when I went off the takeoff ramp. It was just a practice jump, and hit head on into the deal. So everything kept going forward and stopped, like my stomach turned upside down, just all sorts of stuff. Whenever they got me to the hospital, they were about ready to pull the plug and there was no plug to pull. I guess, again, God said, nah, not yet. We got to let him go do some more stuff. He could take the pain. Oh, boy. Thank you, God.
Yeah, and
Yes,
we're
but
not done with him yet. We're not done with
now,
him.
so anyway, so it was a bad one. It took a long time to heal up, and I had that hole in my leg for a little over 4 years, and would had put a big old cotton patch down below it and let it leak this nasty stuff out of it, and yellow blood and clear blood and all that would gag a maggot. I mean, it was bad, bad, bad. And I got a little touch of gangrene going on my bone, and so they had to stop everything and fill me full of. I had IVs going in every direction, and they were all pumping me full of antibiotics. This was in, like I say, Odessa, Texas, and it was oil-filled stuff. They'd never seen anything like that before. I mean, they never had somebody come in with their eyeballs setting out on their cheek, and stuff. So anyway, I got out of there, and I'm here, and I have a bump on my left leg that I could show you where that scar was. But other than that, I mean, it didn't hurt my knees. It hurt my knees, but it didn't really break anything. I dislocated both of my shoulders and broke my collarbones, but I didn't break a leg or an arm or a forearm or hands or anything like that. And remarkably, my eyeballs went back in, and I still had 20/20 vision. So it definitely shook me up. Let's put it that way. And nothing like being laying there. Also, I mean, I've seen the light, and I've seen all that. That's the truth. Nothing but the truth. That does happen. Maybe not for everybody, but I saw it, and they were fixed to take me away. I was up above. I was like setting up above the table, the operating table, and all that stuff, and I was watching all this go on, and boy, when I came to and all that, shoom, it just like the picture went bad, and I came to and went back, So, but the same thing kind of happened to me at a jump in Hobbs, New Mexico. I died 4 times on the helicopter from Hobbs to Lubbock, and It only took 28 minutes, but I died 4 times on there, and they found out that I was on blood thinner, and so they guy gives me vitamin K, which coagulates blood, and because it was going into my brain and filling my brain up full of blood, and it was just bad deal. Just I've got stories. Let's put it that way. Well, I've got three nights worth of stories, Roller, to do this, but we don't have that much time.
Right.
But all kidding aside, it's all the truth. I couldn't make this stuff up.
No,
it's all the truth. It's part of the book that I'm doing. It's part of it. So,
well, that was going to be one of my questions. When are you going to start a book? Well, here you are getting ready to. Are you in the process of writing this book right now?
Yeah, we've been taking notes and things like that, and so this is it will be in it for sure. And I mean, we've been hit up with a movie deal and some stuff like that. And it all starts with the book. Everybody, the writers want the book because they don't want to. I don't know what I would say. They probably don't want to spend all that money and time to find out what's next. So, but like I say, my life has been full of all these problems, and good problems and bad problems, and everyone that doesn't kill you is a good problem. Let's put it that way. So
let me ask you a question. If the good Lord come to you and said, Ed, I'm going to let you start your life over, but you're going to be something else, would you take him up on that, or would you say, no, I'm fine doing what I did?
We're going to roll the dice.
Just roll the dice, huh?
Let's roll the dice, God. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's roll the dice. Yep.
I guess I guess that's probably the best way you could answer that. I guess
Yeah, I don't want to say that I would turn him down,
Right.
but I want to roll the dice is what I would do.
Yeah.
That would be my first thing. I love where I'm at and what I'm doing and
Right.
all that. And it's not perfect. It's not the perfect scene. It's not, I went off and left a, nice house and 5 acres and a new office, 80 feet out the back door. And, my office was cool and all that and had lots of friends in Bridgeport, Texas. But you know what? It was time. I just felt like there was ghosts inside that house. And because my ex-wife and my son, he grew up there and stuff and they weren't there no more. And the house was awful dark. And I just got tired of being by myself, and now going to Daytona, got sick, and pretty much figured out that wasn't the place I was supposed to be in.
Right. Well,
yeah. And I've had nothing but good things happen here in Kingman, Arizona. That's what I'll tell you.
That's good. That's good. Let's see here. We've got a couple of things here. Of course, a buddy of mine named Greg Hoffman said, I would have hated to be his parents just waiting for that one phone call that no one wants to get, Did they ever worry about the stuff you were doing, or did they just...
Oh, they got the phone calls, and my mom and dad took off and drove 100 mile an hour, to the place where I was in the hospital the first time in Texas, and here they come, come in walking in, and get this, at this hospital they were in the middle of a construction thing at the time that happened. And so when they go, we got your room, Mr. Beckley, and we just cleared it out. And I said, what do you mean cleared it out? Well, we need to tell you that we had somebody else in there, and we moved them out into the hallway. And I walked in there, and I didn't walk, but it took me down there in a wheelchair and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it was a girl they were doing shots that were on fire, and she had second and third degree burns to her chest. Okay, and they had her laying open air, just from the waist up, nothing on, and couldn't. And just salve and all that stuff on there, sprayed on it and stuff. And she was burned up like you couldn't believe. And I said, whatever you do, take my name off of that and put her back, put her in that deal. And I was out with that hole in my leg out in the hallway for 10 days. I mean, so I've had some things that, oh boy, how did that happen? You know what I mean? So, right. Why would it? But, so, it's, I wouldn't change anything. I couldn't, I couldn't.
Right.
And,
now, let's see, Boggin Racer said, wondered if there's any old footage of the stuff to put a video together, story, how to have it, never heard about this stuff. Excuse me, guys. But I mean, there's got to be a lot of video footage out there of you from times back.
A lot of it, yeah. And there's a lot of people that, shot phone video and things like that in the last, 5 years or so too.
Right.
And people love watching me run a skid steer. That's what's funny, is that that. Of course, I was really big. Ever since I was over. Last time I jumped, which was in 2023, was in Belton, Texas, and I weighed 348 pounds.
That's big. That's
Yeah.
big Ed Beckley for sure.
Right. Well, right now I weigh 234.
Great. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's probably feeling a lot better, huh?
Medium. I'm probably more like medium Ed Beckley instead of big, but that's the way it is. But yeah, there's all sorts of footage and stuff like that, so.
Well, so Kingman, Arizona is your happy place right now then, correct?
That's home. That's it. Yeah.
A lot of car shows, a lot of stuff to do down there.
Huge. It's more hot rods in this per capita than any place else in the United States.
I have a good friend that moved to Kingman because of that reason, and he had 3 or 4 different hot rods, and he took them with him down there, and
Oh yeah,
he
they
lived
got
in there.
street drags in the middle of Route 66, which is on Main Street.
Wow.
Yeah, eighth mile, not a block, not 100 feet, 8th mile drag racing on the street, on a city. What it is, Route 66 is what it is.
Well, how cool is that the city gets behind you, behind everybody, and allows that to happen? You know, I mean,
Yep.
that's a good city to live in. What's the population
That's
of Kingman right now?
when I was talking to Gene 6 months ago, it was about 20. It's now 50,000 easily,
Wow.
and it's crazy. I mean, there's 8,000 homes going up in one place, and they're going to do another 8,000 in another place, and it's a lot of this sagebrush is going to be tore up, and all the above, and just houses are going to be everywhere. It's way cool, and so I'll see what I can do to take advantage of that.
Well,
You know?
well, hell yeah, guaranteed. So, what's the climate like? Is it hot during the summertime like Phoenix is and stuff?
No, it's 20 degrees cooler than Phoenix by the norm usually.
Uh-huh.
So it's 20 degrees, but we've got mountains. Mountains have got lots of rock on them, but on the other side of it, where the shade is, that's where there's pine trees and all sorts of stuff there. So see, you're so close to Laughlin and Bullhead City, and then that's only 40 miles away, and so the river, and then, like I say, you also got Vegas is 90 miles away,
Uh-huh.
and Lake Havasu is about 90 miles away.
Oh,
So
perfect.
yeah, I'm loving it, and there's talk about having me move to Vegas and run that indoor go-kart track and do all sorts of corporate stuff with that, and I'm way cool with that. I mean, that's okay. Yeah, I could use something like that. That'd be fun.
Hell
So,
yeah. Well, that's cool, man.
yeah. So yeah, it's Beckley's and Henry got, all. I had some people that were spreading the rumor around that I was dead.
Really?
And so now the new deal is Ed's not dead.
Ed's not dead. Well,
Yeah.
why? I mean, especially you're going to prove to them that that's just a rumor. So why start a stupid rumor like that? I mean, I just don't understand that. I mean,
You got to meet those people.
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. You got to know the people that start the rumors, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. They're the reason why there's directions on a shampoo bottle.
They're the ones that was the cause of do not put this hair dryer in the shower while you're taking a shower, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Ed, I tell you what, man, I just really appreciate you being on the show tonight, and you are welcome back at any time to be on the show. I would love to have you back on, and we could sit down and talk even more. But it's just one of those things that about 2 hours you start losing people, and just got to keep it full at all times. Make it a good show.
Oh yeah, exactly.
So, but
I've had fun.
Oh, I appreciate it very much, and I think everybody else has. I've seen a lot of people on here that said, "Wow, I've never knew that about him," and different things like that. So, thanks for the stories, thanks for the memories, and I wish you the best in the future. And hopefully, our paths will cross again one day, and we'll get to do a show together or something.
That's perfect. I'm ready. We'll do it.
Okay, Ed, I thank you very much for calling in tonight, and I'll talk to you soon, my friend. Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
All right.
See ya.
All right. Bye bye.
Take care, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Guys, I tell you what, man, what a great show. I mean, I knew it was going to be. We had a couple of little mishaps here and there and stuff, but hey, we found out more about Ed Beckley than most of us has ever known, and I really am pleased with the way it turned out. I really like the show. So I love your feedback on any of this stuff at any time. When I post these shows up on YouTube and stuff, you guys are able to watch these. I usually let them sit overnight to make sure it's always downloaded and that we can make sure that it's all recorded. So I'll put this back up tomorrow on YouTube, and also look out for this Wednesday, because the album it's just called Rollers Promo, and it's going to come out on Distro Kid, and it's going to be a different world for me. I'm thinking, I'm not sure, but I'm hoping anyway that it is, because I am really looking forward to getting my music out there and getting people to hear it and finding out what everybody's opinion is on it and stuff. And I appreciate everybody that's helped me so far to get where I am. I really do. Now next Wednesday. We'll have, or this Wednesday, we'll have Scott Chisholm on, and that's on the 21st. And then B.J. Johnson will be on the 25th. And then Tim Dudley with the Tim Dudley Show, the Elvis impersonator, he's going to be on the 28th. So we got a full January schedule, and we're working fun. We're working feverishly to try to get February booked up. I like to get it all booked up, so then I don't have to worry about coming home and trying to find somebody for the show and scramble and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of nice that way. So I'm going to get that stuff taken care of, and we'll go from there. But look forward to tuning in tomorrow to C10 America. Like I said, there's going to be 23 songs for $10, and that's going to be that's a good little album, man. You can play it in your car, you can play it in your shop, you can play it at the house or whatever, and it gives you, 2 hours and something. Because my songs are not 3-minute songs. There's some that are 5 and 6 minutes, and it adds up and eats up an hour pretty quick. So. You guys will be able to have a couple hours worth of pretty good cruising music, or just sitting back and hanging out and having a good time. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see here. Let's play something here. Let's do King of the Clay Strip here. Let's see. Let's do this one here. Hold on just a second here. Let me try to find it here. All right, we're gonna play this one here. It's called "All the Girls Think My C10 Is Sexy." We'll be back here in just a minute on Pedal to the Metal.
Got her washed up Friday, sun going down, chrome on the bumper, tires turn loud, blue neon glow under an old bench seat, radio crackling out a hometown beat. I roll past the diner, hear my name, small town eyes know that sound again. Keys swing low, engine humming steady. Yeah, the night says I'm already ready. Dust on my boots, smile on my face. Main Street lights set the pace. All the girls think my C10 is sexy, hanging out the windows yelling, hey, come get me. Laughing too loud, hair in the breeze, turning every head when I ease through the streets. It ain't just me, it's the way she rolls. That old square body got a hold on their souls. Friday night lights and the radio's heavy. Yeah, all the girls think my C10 is sexy. should come with a title. Bench seat smiles, hands on chrome. Every mile feels a little like home. Engine talking, speakers loud. This old truck draws a crowd. All the girls think my C10 is sexy, hanging out the windows yelling, hey, come get me. Laughing too loud, hair in the breeze, turning every head when I ease through the streets. It ain't just me, it's the way she rolls. That old square body got a hold on their soul. Saturday night and the moon shines ready. Yeah, all the girls think my C10 is sexy. She ain't fast, she ain't new, but she knows how to steal a view. Little rust, little shine, whole lot of trouble on the county line. All the girls think my C10 is sexy. Camera phones out, swear they wanna text me. Heartbeat thumping with a kick drum beat. When I roll slow down Main Street, engine cooling as the sun comes up. One last song, one last cut. If loving a truck is something risky, I'll take that ride, 'cause all the girls think my C10 is sexy.
There you go. All the girls think my C10 is sexy, and that's just one of the songs on the 23 album song, and there is just a bunch of really, really good C10. If you're a C10 truck owner, you'll really like it. But if you just like music about hot rods and cars and stuff, this 23 song album is going to be something really cool. Black Tie Soul is awesome, and if you just like good old country music, man, you know, Colorado country and stuff like that is a good album too. And then, of course, if you like the music from from the 60s, 70s, you know, cruising the hot rods in California and stuff like that, cruising the classics is a good one too. So, if you're a racer and you see that old tachometer getting up there around the red line, and we always say a prayer like, oh God, please let this motor hang on. So here's a song called Praying Before I Hit the Red Line. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal.
The sun's barely up on the edge of the track, steam off the headers, dust on my back. As I put the suit, pull the gloves on tight, hear my heart beat over engines, fire light. Crew standing quiet, they know this part. When noise fades out and it's just my heart, I lay my helmet on the seat beside, take one deep breath before the ride. Hands still shaking but my mind's at ease, just a borrowed moment down on my knees. I don't need poetry, I don't need a sign, just a little piece before the green light shines. A simple talk before the run is through, not fancy, just honest, you see. I'm praying before I hit the red line. Let me push it hard, Lord, but keep it right. Let the motor sing, let the timing be true. Build those RPMs, but don't let them break through. Watch over me at the edge of the fight. I'm praying before I hit the red line. About home and the ones who wait, a worn out driveway, screen door late. Every bolt turned, every late night plan. This car's more faith than steel in my hands. I don't race angry, I don't race blind. There's a thin line between glory and time. I know where the danger likes to hide. That's why I don't cross it, I ride it with my hand on the wheel and my foot held light. I ask for wisdom more than might, just enough courage to toe that line, and the sense to lift when it's the right time. No big words, just what is true. Not fancy, just honest, you see. I'm praying before I hit the red line. Let me push it all low, but keep it right. Let the motor sing, let the timing be true. Build those RPMs, but don't let them break through. Watch over me at the edge of the fight. I'm praying before I hit the red line. When the lights come down and the world goes still, it's faith and throttle and my own free will. I don't need saving from the speed I love, just steady hands and a watchful eye above. I'm praying before I hit the red line. Let me leave it all, but come back fine. Win or lose, let the lesson shine. Respect the edge and the warning sign. If I cross that stripe at the end tonight, I'm thankful I stayed on the right side of the red line. Engines cool down, stars come out. Another answered prayer I don't talk about. I hang my suit, wipe my eyes, grateful I listened when it was time. I'm praying before I hit the red line. Let me push it hard, Lord, but keep it right. Let the motor sing, let the timing be true. Build those RPMs, but don't let them break through. Watch over me at the edge of the fight. I'm praying before I hit the red line.
There you go, man. And we've all been there. We've all seen that red line coming up, and we just praying like, please, Lord, please, please, let this baby stick together. I ain't got the money to put her back together if it blows up. But anyway, you know, I write a lot of songs about Chevrolets and stuff like that, and I've got some friends out there that love Fords and stuff like that, so I haven't forgot you guys. I got love for you guys because there are some Fords out there that I would own. I mean, I'm not going to kick one out of bed for eating crackers, I'll tell you that right now. I love old Mustangs and stuff like that, and God, who wouldn't want a GT40, you know, or Pantera, something like that. I mean, there are some cool, and then there are some of them Lightning trucks are pretty really pretty cool trucks, man. So anyway, this here is called Blue Oval Love. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal.
Daddy ordered it just the way he dreamed. 360 V8 4-speed machine, blue paint shining under showroom lights. Said, son, this truck's built for life. Bench seat waiting on the miles to come. Leg days, tailgate setting sun. That blue truck rolled like it was meant to be the start of something bigger than steel to me. Saturday mornings, coffee and dust, parts store, parking lot door slamming shut. He knew every counter, every name, bolts in a brown bag, oil stained hands. I'd spin the rack, smell rubber and grease, listening close while he taught life to me. Every seat, every turn of a wrench, built more than a truck on that old workbench. He said, son, pay attention, this matters. Some lessons don't come with the words. That's where I got my blue oval love, riding shotgun, looking up, learning life through a windshield view. Man and machine, the bond was true. Yeah, that Ford was more than chrome and rust. It was family, faith and trust. From his hands down to my gloves, that's how I learned blue out before dawn, campfire smoke and radio songs, gravel roads and barefoot days. That truck carried us 1,000 ways. He tapped the dash, say she's running strong, like the truck and him were getting along. I didn't know then what I know now. I was learning who I was becoming somehow. Every mile was a memory made. Every turn taught me the man I'd be. Yeah, that's where I got my blue over love. Riding shotgun growing up, learning life through a windshield view. Man and machine, the bond was true. Yeah, that Ford was more than chrome and rust. It was family, faith, and trust. From his hands down to my gloves, that's how I learned blue love. Now the keys hang right by my door. Same old truck, but I'm not a boy anymore. No wife yet, no kids in the back, just open roads and a worn out map. But I see the future in that passenger seat. Little muddy boots and laughter riding with me. One day I'll say climb on in and start it all over again. 'Cause that's where I got my blue over love. Passed down, never gave up. Built on miles and family time. Old Ford steel and bloodline pride. Yeah, this truck's been sent from above. Runs on memories and hard-earned trust. One day I'll hand over the keys I'm thinking of and pass on that blue oval love. 360 V8 still fires right up, running strong on blue oval love.
There you go, man. There you go. Well, we're just going to do a couple more, and then we're going to cut it out of here. Very much appreciate Mr. Beckley being on the show. But here a while back, my buddy Texas Rich was at and every once in a while, not all my songs are about something as far as car related or anything. My buddy was at Walmart, and he was walking around and he was talking to me on the phone, and he said, man, another Friday night at Walmart. And I said, there's a song right there, baby. There's a song. So I'm going to let y'all hear it, man. Here it is. It's called Friday Night at Walmart. We'll be right back here on Pedal to the Metal.
I'll just stop by for bread and ham, maybe grab some motor oil. But Lord, the show that's going on could make a preacher's pole. There's a fellow wearing diapers thinking he's a baby boy, and a lady with pink hair and purple streaks. Now that's some Walmart joy. It's a Friday night at Walmart. Y'all, the greatest show on earth, where the wild and free come out to shop for everything they're worth. You can't find this kind of fun down at your local bar. So grab a boogie, take a lap. It's a Friday night at Walmart. Now bless her heart, that outfit there's the size of a teabag tag. And I swear that G-string's big enough to raise a checkered flag. There's a fella in a hoodie, got that wild-eyed stare. I said, good Lord, I think that's Ted Kaczynski over there. It's a Friday night at Walmart. Y'all, the circus never ends. From folks buying donuts by the case to chocolate milk again. 4 gallons in the buggy, 20 ding-dongs in the car. I tell you, midnight snacking strong. It's a Friday night at Walmart. There's a naked toddler running through the store. Mama's laughing seen it before. The greeter just waves and shakes his head. Says you won't see this on a Friday night at Target, my friend. It's a Friday night at Walmart. Y'all, America's craziest bazaar, where the price is low and the stories go as far as they are bizarre. So if you're feeling down and need a laugh from the heart, take a stroll through aisle 9. It's a Friday night at Walmart. Well, folks, we'll see y'all next weekend. We hope you're coming back to the greatest show the world has seen. And Lord have mercy, that's the biggest crack I've ever seen.
Well, there you go. You know, Friday night at Walmart, you never know what you're going to see. Never know what you're going to see. So we're going to do one more, and then we're going to go ahead and call it a night. I really have enjoyed this one here. Carter, let's see what Carter say. Gotta love the lip singing. Well, thank you, Carter. I can lip sing. I can sound like all of these songs, Carter. Every single one of them. Yeah, sound just like it. Let's see here. What do we got here? I'm just trying to go through here. All right, let's just do one off of Cruising the Classics, okay? This is off of Cruising the Classics, and this is called Muscle Car Blues. We'll be right back with the finish of the show, and we'll see you here in just a minute.
My baby's sitting idle out in the drive. Chrome still shining, but she barely alive. Blew a gasket last Sunday, lost that race by 2. Now I'm sitting here wondering what a poor boy's gonna do. Yeah, I got those muscle car blues, busting knuckles and worn out shoes. Gas tank's empty, my wallet too. Lord, I got them old muscle car blues. Heading down the lines come the Saturday night. My 55 highboy's gonna make it right. Gonna line her up next to that B-altered crew and that slick deuce coupe. See what she can do. Now the boys are coming from Fresno town. Say they're gonna take my 55 down, but my motor's big, mean and loud. Gonna keep those wheels stuck to the ground. Yeah, I got those muscle car blues. Can't take my gal out, ain't got no fuel. She loves that rumble, she loves that sound, but my hot rod's quiet, just sitting around. I could sell this ranch or pawn my shoes, I'd buy a gallon just to chase those blues. Cause when she fires up, man, it's sweet relief. That rumbling thunder shakes my grief. Well, the crowd gets loud when I roll to the line. Shining chrome headers humming fine. One more run and I'll pay my dues. Till then I'm stuck with these muscle car blues. Yeah, I got those muscle car blues, but I ain't giving up on that old V8 tune. One more paycheck and a little more time, my hot rod will roll and that girl will be mine. Flashes under moonlight hues, I'll burn those tires and lose these muscle car blues.
right, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for another episode of Pedal to the Metal. I appreciate spending my night with you guys. Thank you very much for joining me and making your night part of my night. And we'll see you again on Wednesday. Make sure you make plans to attend. This is Roller. Peace out. I love each and every one of you. Stay humble, stay loud, and make it happen for sure. Here we go.
All right, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of Pedal to the Metal. I want to send out a huge thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in and supporting the show. I also want to thank all of our amazing sponsors. You're the ones that help keep the wheels turning, and we truly appreciate you. Be sure to join us every Wednesday and Sunday. We kick things off with music at 6 p.m. each night, and the full show starts at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Until next time, keep the pedal down, heads high, and we'll see you at the next show.